Love. Man, listen. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that right there. Listen. We're already coming to you live late on the wrong day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of stuff off rip.
Yeah.
But what I don't have time for is for Instagram to be playing with my emotions right now, okay? So, if they do anything else stupid, Brent, I'm gonna ball up my fist, I'm gonna cock this mug back, and I'm gonna hit it!
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here.
That's how you do it. You gotta punch right through the screen.
You know, Trey, it seems like one of those Monica days.
Monica days, eh?
Just one of them days.
Fair enough.
Cause we're going through it here. First off, this is not how we planned on recording this episode. I brought everything to record the episode except
What'd you leave, Brent?
the memory card that goes into the damn camera that makes it work to keep anything in it at all.
And I want to give you a lot of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But remember, just a few short weeks ago, I forgot my fucking charger.
Yeah.
So
and we had to play speed podcasting.
Even though we didn't. It was a long podcast.
It was a lot of podcasts. We just made it.
We did.
We just made it.
Literally, like I think the computer died as we got to 0% on the save. So.
And rather than be able to even go back and get it, I left it here because I managed to get a parking spot that wouldn't have me up at the ass crack of dawn tomorrow. And I was like, and that was my plan. I always knew that was my plan. I was like, if I can get a decent parking spot, I'm taking a lift. I'm not driving.
And on top of it, we had a guest this week.
We were supposed to have a guest this week.
Who got a COVID scare.
Let me tell you about my thing first. Let me tell you about my thing, because my thing's a little bit different than that.
Uh-huh.
So I'm driving for Lyft today, and I turn on last ride, right? And I'm thinking, as soon as I drop this person off, it's going to be my last ride. Drop this person off, and I start heading to run my own errands. I need to go get some, pick up some refreshments, gas up the ride. I'm like, I need to do this on my own. Then I start getting messages that I didn't notice from a passenger I didn't know I had. That was like, do you even know how to get here? Because he's going in the wrong direction. I was like, oh shit. It gave me one more ride after I thought I didn't have a ride.
Lyft is famous for that shit.
Luckily, I wasn't that far away, but it was still like, oh, I thought I turned off the thing. I'm sorry, I'm on my way. On the way there, because Waze has been acting fucking funky, and it's unusable. It's unusable for me right now because it just won't find me anywhere in the world.
It's taking you everywhere wrong.
No, it loses me. I'm driving and it loses me. If I'm driving down, say, Long Beach, it decides I'm going to go right or left or I'm somewhere else. And I've used Waze for over a decade. I love Waze, but it sucks. But it doesn't use me right now. It doesn't go right now. I contacted them. They're like, oh, check your GPS. I'm like, check my GPS. They're like, well, send us this app feedback. I'm like, no, y'all need to update the shit. I'm like, I have to use Google Maps right now, and I hate using Google Maps, and here's why. Because I got off on an interchange. She was going downtown. Secondly, it was a long ride. So it wasn't even like, oh, I got one more 5-minute ride. No. This was a 45-minute ride I had to finish up.
Of course.
So there's this interchange downtown LA, and I love fucking city planners that love to get goofy and fancy with their shit. And these interchanges were no different. And it said, turn right on the intersection. Okay, I turned right on the interchange, and then I just keep staying on and it was a small little, like 2 seconds, and then Google Maps was like, stay right on the interchange. I was, what? Oh shit! I lost the thing in that 2-second gap and had to get off, turn back, and add another 10 minutes on this woman's ride who was already late. Luckily, she was relatively affable about it. Like she wasn't tripping. She wasn't tripping. I don't know what rating she gave me. I don't know if I'm sure she didn't give me a tip. Maybe she did, but like she was cool about most of the things. I explained to her, I was like, I'm sorry, I thought I was off. I thought I had my last ride before you, and it gave me you, but here we go. We're gonna try to get you there as soon as possible. Traffic was a bear. So it really was just one of those days where it was like, holy shit, like a lot of this is going wrong.
All right. First off, why would you say applicable? Because I
graduated 4th grade.
That is
in California, Trey.
Appleable is not a word that you needed to use there. Number one.
Not around you. I can see that.
Your Stephen A-ness is too much. You understand that he also is getting Max Kellerman fired, just for the record. Did you see that?
Listen, Trey, you're a great friend of mine. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Wait, time out. Let's not do that.
Actually, I didn't know. See, I've heard the rumors. I don't know exactly what's going on with Kellerman. Is it actually happening? Because like they're still on the show.
He's gone. He's going to Keyshawn and Jay Williams' show.
Okay.
Why are you dressed like this, by the way?
So, thanks for not commenting on anything I just said. But
no, I'm going to get to that. But it's certain things that need to be answered first.
This is technically in honor of the crate challenge that's going on around right now. It's in honor of the crate challenge. And I decided I'm going to bust out the Mario.
Are you going to do the crate challenge?
Hell no.
But you got that on.
Hell no.
It's in honor of, so you
now,
should.
One thing I will say about the crate challenge is I don't understand why people don't just bail.
You can't.
Like, you're not allowed to bail?
No, you can't. You physically can't. Once you commit, your weight is on about the third step. There's nothing you can do. But if you notice, because they can't, their legs are so wobbly, you can't push off of it. Because as soon as you go to shift to do that, it slips out and you fall. Because I've watched it, I thought the same thing. Just jump to the side. It'll hurt way less.
Yeah, I'm like, just bail.
But
just bail.
What they put it on grass, right? So when you're on grass, it's uneven. So as soon as it shifts, as soon as you shake and you slow down on that about third or fourth crate, you're like, and that bitch slips out, you're done. Like, it's it. And then a couple people that have done it right, they've stepped over and they actually got the whole footing, and I've seen them slow down. Like, it's all core. That's what I noticed. It's heavy weight in the right spot, right in the center crate. Like, anything that when you go over on the other side of it, from what I've seen, if you go over to the other side, if you put it on the back part, you're done. If you put it on the front part, you're done. Right. You have to go right in the middle of that step, but most people's legs aren't long enough. And then when they do that double crate on the top, which I don't know why anybody would do that. That's just, you're asking to bust your ass.
Of all things involved with this crate challenge, that's the problem you have with it.
Hell, nigga, listen, at least give me a chance. It's not like I can jump. I seen somebody jump. Somebody did jump. This dude yesterday, I saw him run on the crates as they was falling, and he landed it. I was like, that was incredible.
Much like in many of the Mario games.
Yes.
Although this Mario is actually Truman Show. I don't know if you can tell.
I think it should be behind the paywall. On his way out. That's one of my favorite movies, actually.
It's a great movie.
So underrated.
It's a great movie.
Jim Carrey's underrated. So Zeus thinks we should put it behind the paywall. You doing the crate challenge for $9.99.
Shit, $9.99.
Zeus, I'm with you, bro. Me personally, I think that's a great idea.
Is that how little you think of me? Is only $9.99?
You can fly.
Glide. He glides with the raccoon.
I think I can see you gliding. I can see it. This is great for us. Why would you be this selfish? This could get us to the next level.
Yeah. Why would I not want to make myself a quadriplegic for $9.99?
They were paying out. I mean, they got some decent race out there on those streets. I heard somebody offered them $200. They was getting random hobos and shit. It was great.
I'm sure. Random hobos for $200. Did you see the one with the dude rolling the blunt?
Said no. Yeah, he's a legend.
That was classic.
He's the Jordan of
that was classic.
He's so nice up. Yo, give him the lighter. No, he's stuck.
I saw the video without the audio, and as he started, I was like, "Is this motherfucker rolling the blunt? He's rolling the blunt as he's going up this shit."
Then he lit it before he got down. I was like, "This guy's a legend."
He stopped to light it.
He literally stopped. He's stuck. He ain't stuck because what he was doing. He was the one that I realized. Okay, I see exactly how he did it. It was very precise steps, middle of crate steps, that kind of thing.
Like, motherfuckers can't roll a blunt sitting down.
You put it up for $9.99 in honor of the network. You do it for WWE.
Oh, in honor of the network. Yeah. Okay.
Also, no. So I wasn't gonna.
How about we do it for, I don't know, what is it, $14.99 in honor of Peacock, and then it cuts out halfway through?
Don't say Peacock to me.
In honor of the cock.
It's obviously the cock. Listen, you have to be very careful with Lyft. To go back for a second, because I wasn't gonna skip all that, but there was some stuff that I needed explained to me before I started responding. You got to be very careful with Lyft because they do that. I'm just gonna add a rider to your shit. Mm-hmm. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like when I drove Uber, when you would say last ride, it was last ride. Like it's over.
Right.
They're not gonna throw another person at you. With Lyft, I can't tell you how many times I'll be like last ride, and they'd be like, "Well, this person's like right here, so just get them." They're like, "No, I said last ride. Like I gotta go. I got something to do." And they're like, "Yeah," but they're like they're gonna see your car as you pull up. I didn't ask about this. Like, I don't care. Like, from the airport, I get it. But still, I don't care. Like, I'm leaving. I said, I'm done. I'm turning this shit off. So, like, that shit, it happened to me so many times, especially when I was in Virginia. This
is the first time this happened to me, actually.
That shit happened to me a lot in Virginia.
Yeah.
But I didn't drive Lyft out here. That's why it only happened over there. But, like, they'll just add it. They'll just add it every, like, and they don't say anything.
Right.
I think they say or they used to say
it usually adding new
guest
lift
added or
ride
something.
to queue, but it's supposed to not do that when you turn on last ride. Last
Exactly.
ride is supposed to be.
That's why Undertaker
Last
called
ride.
it what it is. Yeah. So yeah, that shit is always fun. As far as the day just being crazy, yeah, I've had a lot of the same. As you saw the technical issues coming in, like I don't have technical issues pretty much ever.
Yeah, you were fumbling the stand and everything.
I did. I knocked the stand over for a second. I got the camera right. Instantly knocked the stand over. Fucking, it wouldn't start the
You had
live.
the hands of a Dallas Cowboy there for a minute. You just
Hey, so we don't do this anymore. We do it's the symbol.
the jazz.
Yeah,
the
I like
jazz
that.
shit.
I like that shit. It seems more
The
fun.
jazz shit.
Yeah. That's we're making that new.
the grown folks shit.
Oh, we're grown now. We're out here. We're out here in these streets. What else is fucked up in the world today? Did you see the?
A lot. Why you bullshitting?
There's a lot. Did you see the? There was a video that I posted where it was these Asian guys on these two ropes, and they were, what up, Stu?
No.
Asian guys on these two ropes, and there was alligators underneath them, and they were trying to get to the other side. They're holding on to each other to try to get to the other side and hang on to the rope. So I said, so black people are in the hood playing with crates, and in other parts of the world, like, what the fuck is going on? They're like floating over alligator-filled waters. They're literally chomping at their feet.
Oh, that's probably promotional material for Shang-Chi.
Listen.
And the Ten Rings. It's probably promotional material.
I don't know what it is, but I'm never doing any of these things. I can promise you will never see Trey's black ass on no crates. Not at this size. When I was a kid, yeah, I could have floated on them crates. Bloop,
Yeah.
bloop, 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 bloop. And if you fall as a kid, you don't die.
Right.
You're good.
Right.
I saw at least 14 people die on camera. Now, mind you, they got up, but they're not the same.
No.
They're never going to be the same.
And motherfuckers out here with no insurance doing that shit too.
Right. Somebody said that to me too. They was like, and on top of it, none of these guys got insurance.
None
I
of
said,
them.
you damn right they don't. I said, I got insurance and I'm not doing that stupid shit. Like, I have a job that pays me with insurance and I'm not getting on no fucking crates.
Right.
You know why?
I think there's a correlation.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because I like my shit to work. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was born with a problem. I don't need more. I don't need to give them to myself. That's stupid. Like, I'm not doing that.
I don't know if that would be an advantage or a disadvantage to you. I actually
I think it would be an
It
advantage.
might be an advantage
I
at
think it
least
would be an
going up.
advantage.
At least going up, it might be an advantage.
That's where my problem happens. Because I said the same thing in my head. I've thought about it. I've definitely thought it out.
At least going up, it might be an advantage.
Listen, so in my head, right, it balances
Less
me
surface
more.
area.
It balances. No, same size shoe, so it doesn't
Take
really
your
help.
shoe off.
I probably should, but then I'd probably break this shit, and I'm really fucked. So the problem is when you go over it, because you can't turn sideways. Because if I turn sideways, all my weight's gonna be distributed on my right. I'm
Right.
done.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a
Boom.
wrap.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like maybe a press push, but if I land wrong on this side, front flip, I'm dead. So I'm just not gonna do it. But you know, I've thought about it. I have thought out my execution, and I just don't see it going well.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's gonna go well. So I'm
No.
just not gonna do it. But as we said,
Oh, Brent, why won't you do it for $9.99? Nigga, I'm 270 pounds.
yeah, but
That's why.
But you are a wrestler.
Mind you, 5 pounds down from last week. So actually 10 pounds down from last week. So
I am also 10 pounds down from where I started, by the way. So I'm out here killing the game too. Let's be very clear. We're in a race to the same number, basically. He started from a higher
Basically.
point, so I should win.
but I started late. I started earlier too.
I know. Technically, I guess it balances out, kinda. But nonetheless, we're both on track. So when this is a sex symbol podcast, we want you guys to know we did this for us.
I already told you my plan.
Fuck you guys.
Did I tell you I told you my plan last week, right?
Which one?
About when I get the.
No, what are you doing with it?
Okay, so I've told everybody else this. So
You didn't tell me. That's fucked up.
I might as well say I said it on Surreal 200. One of the pictures I posted the last couple days talked about it. I've told so many people on Instagram. I've told so many people. At this point, it's a promise. I have to do it this time next year because I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror a couple weeks ago, and I saw the Kurt Angle start to come in.
Kurt Angle.
You know the
bad back.
The
Broken freaking neck.
The cakes coming in.
You talking about man ass?
I saw the Reggie Bush come in, and I was like,
Don't ever say Reggie Bush and Kurt Angle.
I was like,
you talking about man ass?
I was like, yeah, this time next year, if all this continues properly, and I got an ass you can bounce a quarter off of, I made a promise. I made a promise to many people, so at this point I have to do it. Where I'm bringing back the 1980s NBA nut huggers.
God.
In Orlando Magic pinstripe. And I'm throwing away all my T-shirts except my Roman Reigns shirt. Acknowledge him. Peace be upon him.
Tribal chief.
And that's all I'm walking around in. That's all I'm walking around in is the NBA nut huggers in the Orlando Magic pinstripes.
Okay.
To show off the ass, to show off the assets.
Time out.
To show off the Kurt Angles.
Just relax. Just relax.
And no shirt.
Okay, listen. Just relax. That's all you got to do.
And nothing but coconut oil. Or cocoa butter. Cocoa butter, shea butter.
Listen. Zeus said, I'll stop watching when Brent becomes a sex symbol. So that's number one.
Motherfucker, you should have stopped watching 80-something episodes ago.
Number two. Here's another problem. Orlando wasn't a basketball team until 92.
So what?
The Nuthuckers went out in the 80s.
And?
Okay, all right.
And?
All right, listen.
You think they can't make customs?
God. And number three.
I'm gonna have both the blue with the black pinstripes and the white with the pinstripes is too. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
The day that happens is the day that Stu becomes your new podcast partner. Because I'm out. That's just not going down in here. Not in my sanctuary. I've had enough crazy shit happen in my house.
It'll be the Heel Face Ass podcast?
Yes.
The Heel Face Cakes
Because
podcast?
my ass is out. I'm ghost. I'm not doing it. Cash me out.
Why? Because you can't compete?
I'm gonna be the same way.
Can't compete?
Cash me out, bro. Cash me out. I'm gone.
You can't compete with me sitting here with the Farouks?
Okay. Stockton did have those in like 96, but he was the only one. And he was not on the Orlando Magic. Shaq's shorts were big.
That might have been a rib on Stockton, but...
Listen, man. Listen, I don't want no part. I'm never going to Surreal 200 again. I'm not liking shit. I'm not supporting it. I don't even want him to lose the weight at this point. I'm like, fuck it. Keep it. Keep the weight. The fuck is wrong with you?
Don't start loading up my protein shakes with just ground up milk chocolate and keep me fat, motherfucker.
It'll be the greatest.
I know you got a key. Motherfucker. You better stay out of my house. I'm gonna lock all my shit up.
Yo, I'm definitely breaking in into
I'm gonna lock all my shit up.
Yo, I'm fucking your calories up. I'm gonna be in that bitch like late at night. They'll be like smelling shit. Why do I want this? Why do I want steak so bad? Like I don't understand. I'll be like wafting and shit under the door.
You better not add sugar to my fucking.
I'm dead.
You better not add sugar to my egg whites, motherfucker.
Yo,
you better leave me alone.
Oh man, yo, I can't fuck with you. I hate it so much.
I said it enough times. It's a promise at this point. This time next year. Summer 2022 is gonna be hot Brent summer. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Summer 2022 is gonna be different.
It's gonna be hot Brent summer. That's all it's gonna be.
I'm letting you know.
Not
right
hot
now.
boy summer, not hot girl summer. No, hot Brent summer, motherfucker.
Just as long as you keep that shit over there.
It's gonna be the summer of Brent. Is what it's gonna be.
You're good. Just keep it over there. That's all I want. I just don't want you to keep it here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that near me. No parts of you with that level of confidence.
Don't leave. I cannot be held responsible for pussy loss. You understand what I'm saying? Don't leave your girl around me next year. Is all I'm gonna say. True player for real.
That's my nigga for real. They don't know. Traps on traps. Listen, they get it. Do you have anything that we can get to other than this?
I can stay here as far as I'm concerned.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't. When you get there, you can't. You're not staying here ever.
But okay. I can't actually. But what I'm gonna say. By the way, shout out to Trapzilla for teaching me how to do squats apparently properly.
Was that the video where you were making weird noises? Or it wasn't that one, right?
I'm always making weird noises.
I hated all your noises too. Like I hate everything about your workout journey.
Okay.
I hate it.
That's fine.
I want you to keep it. That's keep
fine,
it together.
Except for the results. For the results.
I want it to stay on you.
The results are gonna happen.
No, stop. Just stop at this point.
The results are. You see what happens? Crabs in a bucket, my brother. Right. Crabs. In that bucket.
Motherfucker was moaning like Venus
trying to put drawn butter on me and everything. Crabs in the motherfucking bucket.
I was like, what you doing, bro? Every squat was throwing me off. Like, don't do that.
Fucker, you gotta.
Oh God.
You gotta dig deep. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you gotta take a stand and it'll help to hide.
Pause. Listen, don't just say stuff out of context outside of a song. This shit sounds pause-worthy immediately. What's next? Transition us. Stop this. I don't want this.
Okay. This is gonna be a hard ass transition.
Please do it.
It's gonna be a hard ass transition.
Also, stop. Pause. Everything you say sucks.
Pause on the hard ass. Pause. No, actually, no pause on the hard ass.
God.
2022 hard ass Brent summer.
Hashtag.
Get your quarters ready, ladies.
Trey needs thick Brent.
Get your quarters ready, ladies. That's how you gonna shoot your shot next year at me. And I don't have a roller quarters. I mean one at a time. You're gonna pitch them at me like a wall.
Zeus, get out. Get out. Trey never needs thick Brent. Trey
ain't gonna have thick Brent.
Trey don't want it.
Trey's women gonna have thick Brent.
Trey don't want anything.
You understand what I'm saying?
Trey don't even got women. Trey just chilling.
Trey's women is gonna have thick Brent.
I am in my sanctuary. I am trying to be peaceful. I want these nasty Brent thoughts out of here and everything else evil among this place to go. My
your pardon.
My doormat says good vibes
pardon.
only. And this is not good vibes right now.
My Kurt Angle in training is not evil. You understand what I'm saying?
Yo, the fact that you call it a Kurt Angle is disturbing. Stop calling it Kurt Angle. What is your turn? Transition. Jesus Christ.
Fucking with you is more fun though. Now I see why you do it to me every week.
Want to troll?
Now I see why you do it to me every week.
It is fun, right?
It's fantastic.
You can't turn it off. It's like, oh, this
matter of fact, you got anything around here that weighs 25 pounds? I'm gonna do squats right now on your couch.
Oh God, I hate it. Oh my God, I got on headphones. This shit is no-go. Oh, that's loud. I hated it. Brent on the Ravishing Rick Rude vibe. Yeah, he tripping.
No, Ravishing Rick Rude had no legs. I'm gonna have legs.
Man, this nigga.
Ravishing Rick Rude skipped leg day every week.
I'm skipping this podcast every week from now on. I hate it so much.
I'm gonna have the Hogan legs, the Hogan quads.
Welcome to your least favorite podcast. How did we even get here? You should never listen to this shit again. I retired.
Ladies, next year I'm gonna break out a move called the Atomic Leg Drop. Definitely gonna keep you down for 3.
Listen, what is it? Transition, damn it. This is not the podcast we were supposed to be having this week. There's supposed to be a beautiful woman here. We're supposed to be antagonizing her, but instead I'm having to deal with this fuck. I hate it. What is happening? Let me out.
Oh my God.
I'm tired. I'm not even supposed to be awake right now. I'm an old man, man. He said Brent the Stallion.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm done,
Motherfucker,
man.
you can see me at the Preakness next year.
Oh my God.
And then in Atlanta at the Freaknik.
Oh my goodness, man.
They bring that shit back.
Man, did you see Lashley versus Goldberg? What a match that was. My God.
Y'all motherfuckers aren't
real
gonna be able to control me at all. Woo! You can't tell me nothing.
Oh man.
Okay.
Brent.
All right. So this is too much fun. Okay, hard transition though. Pause on the hard transition. Hard transition though. So really transition. So let's transition a little easier. You just mentioned professional wrestling. We mentioned professional wrestling. For those of you professional wrestling fans, and some that aren't even professional wrestling fans, you may know CM Punk made his return to AEW. I guess it applies.
This is also the Wakanda for everybody.
Yeah, it applies to CM Punk, I suppose, if you do it to Colt's personality, written and performed by black men.
My brother.
And I was thinking about this on the way over here, and how CM Punk's life, decisions, career, and mine align in different ways. You know what I mean? Obviously, I've never sold out any stadiums, just for me, the idea of me being there, or wrestled in
until you get your Kurt Angle right. You get that Kurt Angle right, you're going to be selling them out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to have a hard time holding these Gators. Woo! 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 You're going to be, he'll stay Space Mountain. But ladies, you can come on over and call me Goliath. Woo!
Yo, that Ric Flair is my favorite, by the way. He was such a killer. His
my
promos
gosh.
were amazing.
The amount of coke that must have fueled those promos.
And the fact that they still hit, though.
They do on a different level.
Because you put them shits on right now, you be
on
like,
such a different level.
Okay, I may not know anything about wrestling, but that guy's fucking entertaining.
You don't need to know.
Like, that
You don't need to
can
know.
go. Yeah, that fucking Rick, man.
You don't need to know.
Shouts to Rick. Mr. Ric Flair.
And you enjoy him, but also in the context of him beating up your favorite wrestler, you want to see him get his ass beat.
Yo, I got a clip that me and Capo always send back and forth with fucking Sting, where they got the 2 rings set up because they were doing the
War Games.
Yeah, War Games. So they got the 2 rings set up and shit. And Rick and Sting are in the ring and they face to face, and Rick looking at him, giving these crazy eyes, talking crazy. And he like points in Sting's face. He like, Sting's like, Rick's like, He looks at him. He throws a punch. Sting blocks, knocks his ass down. Rick get out the ring. He rolls, jumps straight into the other ring. The lights ain't even on yet. The lights come on. By the time he rolls and stands up, he just starts strutting. He didn't even look back. He never looked back at Sting. He never tried to see what happened. Literally rolled out the ring, got popped, rolled right into the next ring. Lights pop on. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I played that shit back so many times because he never stops. And then he bounces off the ropes. He comes, come on. Like, yo, this motherfucker's different, man.
Rick was definitely one of the GOATs.
That is my favorite Ric Flair clip because like it caught me off guard so bad. That motherfucker said, he said,
bro, his entire match with Randy Savage at WrestleMania 8 is a masterpiece.
And what's crazy is
that Rumble of '92
that was the year.
Masterpiece.
That was the year that they were looking for him versus Hogan, right? Or that's what everybody thought.
That's what they were supposed to do.
be.
The rumors are that Vince did it on the house circuit and didn't like it, and it's like, well, why'd you do it on the house circuit? Just do it.
Just make it happen.
Just do it.
Just let that moment happen.
Do it on the big show.
But like you said though, we got a great match because of it. So
yeah. Anyway, so I was
yeah.
thinking about how me and Punk's careers kind of aligned. Again, not in a lot of obvious ways.
You fuck AJ Lee too?
I wish.
She bad as fuck.
I wish. But
oh my god.
But when Punk was going through his issues with WWE, I was going through very similar issues on the indies. Punk left. I left not too around the same time. Not too long after that,
you went to UFC.
He made different transitions in his life, and now at this point is making another big transition,
That's a big transition
back to WWE.
Yeah.
It's huge AEW to wrestling.
Whoa.
A huge transition. I'm kind of forced right now to make another transition. I'm having issues with my car. It's like I'm able to drive it, right?
What kind of issues? Like my shit? Like what mine started doing?
So I took it in last week to get an oil change. Came out, and it had been doing this a little bit before, but it was a lot more noticeable now, where it was stuttering and having trouble changing gears and stuff.
A little bit.
I took it in. They were like, "Oh yeah, your engine's basically about to fall out. Your transmission's mount, your engine mount is fucked up, and your transmission needs work." So I had an influx of money, and it was about $1,400, and they're like, it's gonna cost you about $1,300. I was like, listen, what can you do for $1,000 so I can have at least some money to work with? They did that. I still got to take it in for transmission. It runs better, but I still got to take it in for transmission, which is probably going to be either later this week or next week.
Yeah.
And I was really starting to ramp up. I had this idea in my head. I was going to trade my car in, get another car, and do it again. And I sat down with my homie Kyle, who's transferred in a whole bunch of cars. He's a car guy. He flips cars like their houses, and actually it helped his credit a lot doing that.
And money rolls over.
But we looked at the facts, and it was like basically it's a losing deal for me.
Yeah, because it rolls over.
I can't keep doing that on a regular basis. I can maybe do that this time and this time only, because what happens is I didn't buy the car outright. So the loan goes on top of the new loan.
I sold cars.
Yeah.
I know. No,
the loan goes on top of the new loan.
That's what I'm saying.
Cars are depreciating value.
We had a dude.
Depreciating assets.
Quick jump in. We had a dude when I worked and I was selling cars for Beach Ford and Virginia, and homie came in. He was in the military. He had done exactly that. He had done it like 3 times. So he came in. He's getting he wanted something small. He's like, yo, I decided, I want like a $10,000 car. I'm gonna keep it light, like real light. They like, yeah, it'll be $29,000. He's like, what? Said what now?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's a $29,000 car, because what you did was you rolled it, and you rolled it again, and now you're here trying to roll it for the 3rd time, and that just does not work.
Right.
Like without it being mad expensive, and your credit and your money has to match and all that shit. It gets real and technical. But I remember that day I was like, damn. Right. Yeah, I'm never doing that. That right there don't seem fun unless you have to. You know what I mean? If it's like one of those everything just blew up. Like you remember with mine, my car did the same thing. It just stopped all of a sudden, kind of. Like it was about $1,500 worth of work, and I was like, yeah, I don't have that. Yeah. That's not really how you live when you're an Uber driver. You don't just have that in a tuck.
No, you really don't.
Like you're spending that on gas, you're spending that on food, you're spending that on.
You're spending that
everything.
on minor repairs, actually. Right. That you hope continue the longevity of the car.
Yeah, tires and brakes that go out all the time. Oil changes that you need way too often.
Way too often.
Having to keep your car clean all the time, like polished.
Car washes at least twice a week.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of shit that like makes you, I don't know, you just get to a point you're like, man, this is a lot. You know, and that was my issue where I was like, all right, it's time for me to get out of Uber right now, because my car, I'm at 100. I was looking the other day, I think I'm at 128,000, and when I got the car I was at 20,000. I'm like, damn, like, and I put about 70 of those on from Uber. I'm like, Jesus, and I only drove it for like a year.
Right.
But you're driving like we be driving.
I'm over year 2 at this point. I'm at 180 something.
You're at 180,000. What'd you start at?
I can't remember. I think it was like 75 or something like that. I can't remember.
But still, it's like about the same, about 100,000.
But yeah, it's a lot.
About the 100,000 mark in a quick time span. That's where your car starts to be like, yo, fuck you.
And especially before I got my apartment, I was doing 12-hour days to try to stack cheese to get it. So now I'm looking at it, and it's an issue where it's like, well, shit. I maybe can flip it once, right? Because I still owe it. I still owe on it. I can maybe flip it once and do Lyft or Uber like for a short-term thing, but
find something.
But I'm again wearing out another car that would either need to be flipped or I just keep forever at that point, and then all the responsibility and issues are mine, 100%. and I'm continuing to pay off this ridiculously rapidly depreciating asset. Yeah. Or I look for another job. I look for another gig, and honestly, there was this big existential dread that came over me when I had to think about that, because one of the main reasons why I started driving in the first place,
I already know where you about to go,
was the fucking freedom, and I fucking hate so much. I hate so much less about driving than I do about every other job I've really ever had.
Me too. I was the same exact way. You know,
like,
we remember how much
as an adult,
we would
right?
talk about this shit.
Like, honestly, to be fair, I liked selling gym memberships. I liked helping people. I liked seeing people around the gym. I liked them asking me for help. I liked the free gym membership.
Right.
I liked that part. I hated at LA Fitness their corporate structure, particularly the VP Lisa. Fuck you, Lisa.
His fuck you of the week goes.
And how that's from like episode, I got a couple other.
That's from like episode
fuck you
13, I think.
And how they hate, and how LA Fitness seemed to hate both their employees and their customers. I hated that. Moved over to Gold's, liked almost everything about Gold's except for the snake pit in sales environment with people stealing off each other's plates when it wasn't necessary. That's the reason why I left. That's the reason why I quit. And the schedules for both of those jobs sucked. They were stupid. But
well, you know what's really funny about what you're saying though? Very similar to you. For me, with Uber, one of my favorite jobs, because everything was me. It was all my schedule. It was all my time. It was all my whatever. And the only thing I hated was that I was continuously destroying my car, and I knew it. You know, you can start to feel shit because you drive it so often. Like you become so one with your car. You're like, fuck. I know that's not good. Like whatever that is lingering, and it has not gone away yet. Right. And I know it's not gonna go away.
It's not quite the same
unless I pay for it. Like, oh, that power is not the same. Oh, that shit is stuttering a little bit. Oh, these brakes ain't hitting the same. Like it's just little cues, and it's stuff that other people will drive. Like this car feels great.
And it's like, okay, this has to be done now. This can't.
Because if you wait, you know it's gonna be expensive, and then all your money shuts down at the same time. Right. Which is what happened to me. I had to run back to Virginia and go work to make money to come fix it. At least enough. You know, I had to bring back a G just to be able to fix it. I was gone for 3 months. At the end of, 19, I think?
Something like that,
I think it was the end of 19, going into 20. So I came back, and then COVID hit. So like, shit.
Yeah.
But, so there was that job. And then the car dealership, again, that was my favorite job that I've done. Because literally you had 2 ups a day, but you had to be there for X amount of hours. And that snake pit mentality you're talking about, I love it. That shit works for me really well. I got tried once with it. And I remember I talked about this on the pod before, but I got tried once with it, and I had to check the motherfucker like real hard, and then they were like, "All right, young blood, I got you." Like, won't happen again.
I'm too much of a pacifist in a lot of different ways, and honestly, if we're talking on a completely separate thing, that's one of the things that I need to. That's one of the things I've been working on.
Being more direct. That kind of shit.
Being more direct, it's an asset to dating and relationships with women because 100%. they subconsciously, and this is something we can talk about with the guest whenever we get her, subconsciously want somebody to lead.
You hear that, guest?
And hopefully she does. They subconsciously want their man to lead, and part of leading is Papa don't take no mess, not taking shit as soon as it comes in. Addressing, nip, get your butt nippers and get to nipping, but stopping it and being like, nah, and not even being like confrontational or whatever, just being like, nah.
Because I don't do it confrontational.
We don't do that to you.
Yeah, that's me. Like honestly, I'm that guy for sure.
And I would doing the same
thing I'm doing with the. Is that like?
I don't know.
Is it pollen or something outside? Because I got the same thing, bro. I was doing that today all day, like. what is this? Why is this here?
It might. For me, I think it might have something to do with my change in like diet and stuff. I'm thinking like maybe I'm producing more like,
I don't know, because I ate all clean for like a stretch, and then I've had like this really shitty little stretch here when my cousin left, and I'm like, fuck, like I gotta get my shit together. Like I gym tomorrow, eat clean again tomorrow, get back on my regimen, start now. Don't like you started making change. I got to the 220 range, and I was like, yeah, let's go. And then I was like, I'm gonna eat everything bad all at one time, but I'm gonna do it in doses still, so it's small. It's not gonna be terrible, but it's like it's really bad though. Everything I'm putting in is bad. Like, no, it's not good.
This is not sexy part, but I have been spitting a lot more.
Yeah.
It may still be residual shit from the flu I had a month or so ago, but I'm not like coughing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would much rather things be at peace than have to. I don't want, you know what I mean? It's like
I get it.
It's like that mentality of your father, or if you've seen anybody's uncles or anybody else's fathers or grandfathers who's like, I don't want to have to get up off this fucking chair. Please don't make me get up off this fucking. Please don't make me rev up and get up off this fuck. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So when it comes to work environments, again, I got this existential dread because I just flashed back to all those shitty fucking office gigs that had some bright spots, some people that I may or may not have liked.
Never doing it again.
But fucking the stupid rules, the stupid, I got a Ninja Turtle mug that was given to me for Christmas from one of my neighbors who I liked, thrown away because I left it in the sink dryer for a day, and they threw it away instead of like putting it up. Like stupid Nazi shit like that, or you can't listen to music. It's like, what does my earbud in here and me listening to a podcast have anything to do with me shuffling papers? If you want to talk to me, just come over and talk to me. I'll do this and hear what you have to say. If there's a meeting, I'll turn it off and go. What the fuck does that have to do with any of this shit?
Yeah, you're going through exactly what I went through with the concept of like, oh, I don't think I can ever do this again.
Because
we did a lot of similar jobs.
It's so soul sucking.
Yeah, this straight up 9 to 5 shit is like. That's why I wrote that song. I wrote a song called 9 to 5 because the shit was so stressful. Like,
you're Dolly Parton?
No.
Nice to meet you.
It wasn't hers.
Nice to meet you, Miss Parton.
Relax. It wasn't hers. It was mine.
Roll out of bed and someone in the kitchen.
9
Cup
to
of
5,
ambition.
Stay alive. That 9 to 5 just stay alive. It was actually Beyonce, that part.
Oh, okay.
But I used it at the beginning. I just said it, so I didn't have a sampler.
Yeah.
It's great. But no, that, like, legit, man, that was the same lifestyle because I worked a lot of those, just the hotel shit, the offices, worked at Geico. I did all those jobs. So it's just like shit that's just sucked. Like shit you don't want to do. You know, it's like you making a paycheck, but you really not making a paycheck. It's like I made more with Uber than I made with them.
Right.
And it's like a way less stressful.
Right.
And you're making your own schedule.
Way less stressful until you take it in for an oil change, and that list of recommended shit gets longer and longer and longer and longer.
And more expensive.
And more expensive.
all the things that they're recommending are
longer and longer.
That shit is terrible. But like, yeah, I was just having that epiphany. That whole shit, I had to do it. You saw it. I was stuck. It was like, yeah, we good. We're gonna meet over doing this. I'm going to parties. I'm doing all this shit. I remember when that shit happened, I was like, fuck. What the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do?
And I think this is a part of doing stuff like that, driving, whether it be Lyft, Uber, Instacart, whatever the fuck, that nobody talks about. They don't talk about this.
Yeah, that shit. That weighs down, man.
And it's one of those things that you just have to think about. And it's one of those things that I was hoping to avoid in my life. It's actually one of the reasons why I didn't have and don't want kids.
Yeah.
Because kids shift what you need in your life or what you have to do in your life on a dime, no question.
Yeah.
There is nothing you can do. Like, you have to now.
Oh, man, I'm almost
do
to that
this.
diamond. No, I need food. Wait, what? It's a diamond right there. Like, I'm about to grab it.
I broke my leg.
I
broke my leg doing something stupid. Or I have the measles. Or I'm just a I just got the flu from some other scraggly little nose kutcher kid that don't bathe their children. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That I was hoping to avoid, and obviously in life is life, shit's gonna happen.
Right.
But it's one of those things where it's like, shit, I have to now make a choice. Now, mind you, I think right now what I'm doing is I'm facing really more of an unknown than probably any other point in history. Mm-hmm. And that can be scary, that can be exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
For me, it's been a little bit of, I've had good and bad experiences with that. Mm-hmm. But it's unknown because I don't necessarily, I feel like at this point I don't necessarily have to go to a job I hate.
Right.
Maybe I have a little bit more time with this car thing. I can work it out. I can continue to work and just decide to keep the car and just put more money into it because I'm grandfathered into Lyft and Uber anyway. I can just do that until I find something that I really, really want to do that'll pay me well. And that isn't going to be such a burden. Maybe a company that's owned more by younger people.
Right.
Maybe taking some of, what I do here for the podcast, like thumbnails or some of the social media that, mind you, we don't have a lot of numbers, but maybe some of the technical stuff and add it with, somebody else who has more really money for ads and stuff like that.
Like what I was
and
doing with the
combine
editing.
the shit.
Yeah, when I was doing the little editing videos and shit, starting to take your skills that you learn, teaching yourself to do all this stuff. And people can't do it. A lot of people have no idea how to do what we do a lot of the time. And you look at it and you're like, oh shit, I forgot. Because it becomes second nature for us.
And the biggest names don't do it themselves.
Right.
They farm all that shit out. There's no way for
it's
the bigger...
It's impossible to do both.
There's no way, unless you just do straight reaction videos was available to really do 5-10, which I actually did in the old days of Surreal 469. You can't keep that regimen up. You just can't. And actually, some of the YouTubers I follow now, some of the bigger ones that do better work, they've stopped doing like a regular schedule thing.
Yeah, you can't.
They come up every once in a while, once every month and a half.
It's a smart way to do it because you stress yourself out. You go crazy. Like you having to put content up continuously and having it to be good on top of it, not just bullshit content, but you want it to feel at least as good as the last one.
Right.
That shit's nearly impossible.
Now, mind you, they already have a bigger audience. Some of them have contacts with YouTube.
Of course, but still.
So the algorithm might fuck with them, but not to the level of completely destroying their channel as opposed to like a new channel or always small channel.
100%.
But what I'm saying is, it may not be such dread. You know what I'm saying? It may not be the edge of the Hell in a Cell and I'm Mick Foley. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, it's true because it does give you it makes you open up to things that you haven't thought about. Because I will say, when I was doing Uber, I felt like that was my life now. You know what I mean? Like, I got to a point where I was like, I'm okay with this. I'm really okay with this. Yeah. I actually like this. This works for me.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
Other than the car breaking down shit, I'm fine with driving.
The conversations we had, you gotta think, when we were both doing this shit, we were hitting each other up like, oh, you at? Oh, yeah, I'm out here. You want to get up for a beer? Yeah, let's turn our shit off. Let's go meet. This is great. Right? But then you kind of almost have to like pull your head out of the sand when you see that shit come on. You start hearing that click, click, click. What the fuck was that? Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
You turn my music down? The fuck? Click, 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 click.
Well, they can't hear it. Let me turn the music back up real quick.
Right. Now I know that's there now, so I got to make sure that they can't hear it.
But even then, you start calculating.
It's that stress,
You start calculating. You're like, oh, that'll probably be $300-$400. I can make that in a week. Let me drive for a week and then take the shit in. But then that click, click, click goes to clink, clink, clink,
and you're like, shit.
Right.
And that's what happened with me though. But honestly, I could say like, man, for me personally, I've looked at what I've done since then, right? Because I jumped back, which was crazy. I'm fortunate that I leave shit. My mom always taught me don't burn bridges, right? So I leave shit a certain way. So when I left,
that's a lesson I never learned.
My mom told me that shit hard. Like, that's
a lesson I never learned. Shout out to Southern California Independent Wrestling.
Shouts to mom.
All of you.
Shouts to my Dukes, because she kicked that shit into my brain as a kid. Like, yo, not.
Also shouts out to the class of 2003 from Carson High School.
This guy's got demons, huh? I don't know what to say.
Really shouts out to the majority of the Johnson family.
The whole vacation? Jesus.
Shouts out to my old apartment buildings.
I feel like he's sarcastically saying shouts out to. I feel like he's had problems with all these people.
Shouts out to a few ex-girlfriends.
See?
Not the majority of them, actually, but a few.
Hate this hat. I'm getting you back off camera. No.
It's a me, Brent deal.
Relax. What the hell was I saying? Oh, burning bridges. Yeah, so she taught me that, like, real hard body. Like, when you leave something, leave it so you can go back.
Pause on the hard body.
I guess. All right, I'll take it.
Unless it's Brent in 2022.
All right, pause on Brent's hard body in 2022. But
yeah, that ladies, you can pause on my hard body in 2022.
You already said. But yeah, so when I went and my car broke down, I hit my boss up. It's holiday season. I'm like, yo, I know a lot of people like to take their breaks and their vacation times from Virginia, my old boss. I'm like, yo, do you got any work? Like, that would be fucking amazing if you do it. He was like, yo, let me get back to you. Let me check, because I know somebody was actually looking to take a vacation. This lady wanted like a month off, and he had told her like, nah, I can't do that. I just lucked into those hours, and then when they saw me working, they're like, oh, Trey's here. Everybody started throwing them on me, because that's what used to happen, because I would just work. I always take it. I ended up like 200 something hours out of the blue. Like, just crazy. So I work all these fucking overnight shifts. I'm working these random morning shifts. I'm just killing it, right? And it gave me enough to come back and do this. And I was like, okay, cool. I can get my car moving again. It's not going to be up to Uber shape. I know I got to get out of that, but, you know, whatever. Then I was still living with Jake at the time, right? Shouts to the Woodruffs. I'm living with him at the time. And Gina offered me this job that I've been doing now. And I said no at the time because I didn't like the way the setup was at the time. And I was like, this shit gonna have me stressed out when I go home. Like, and I don't have a home really right now.
Right.
And then when I did that, that's when she was like, yo, by the way, you gotta get your ass up out of here, basically. In a nutshell. I was like, fuck, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it. So I ended up being in my car, right? And going with you and being in my car, going back and forth. And I was like, yo, this is probably a good transition, though. This is a good time. My car is running. It's back up. It's not completely dead, which is what I didn't want.
Right.
I didn't want to push it to heart attack, and now you're dead.
Right.
Because if that happens, now a lot of options go off the table.
So that happened for me.
With your Silver.
When with the Lancer. Yeah.
The Lancer. Was it Silver? Was that your Silver?
It was a Mitsubishi.
Okay, got it.
With Storm, that happened with me. I lost my apartment out here. The breakdown. So the breakdown was moved in with the crazy lesbian roommates.
You love those ladies.
Then that, and they blew that situation up. Ended up moving in with KJ Jason for a little bit. But at a certain time came up he had a very small apartment. Very realistically, it was actually a little smaller than mine.
Okay.
It may have it may have been about the same size, but the layout made it feel like it was smaller.
Yeah.
Especially with two people there.
Two grown men.
Right.
It's tough. We did it. So, it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. So, time, it was about time to leave there. Situation changed. And so I ended up having to go to Santa Clarita with Kyle.
Yep.
And that was basically the last gasp of my Lancer. I was doing Uber, Postmates, Uber Eats at the time.
Yeah, because they changed the rule. That's when they changed it. Because you couldn't do it at first, right? Because your car was out of.
I could. So
you could do Uber Eats, but
I could do Uber Eats and Postmates. I could do food delivery. I couldn't do passenger delivery because my car was too old.
Too old, yeah. And then they switched that rule.
And then
you got a new car. Right,
I got a new car. That was just within the timeline. And actually, had I been smarter, I'd have just gone with the new car and paid a little bit more.
But you can't know that when you first start driving Uber. You don't realize how much of a difference that shit'll make.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. You just
and
can't.
Also, the concept new car is scary. You know what I mean?
I do.
So I did that. I was on a run. Luckily, it was just for like frozen yogurt or something like that. I was on a run out there. Now, this is already after I delivered into the hills, in the Hollywood Hills, which I did a lot because that's
killed my car.
That's where the money was.
That fucking murdered my car.
That shit. My car was a stick shift. My car was a stick, and it really couldn't.
Fucking A.
And I felt it die on a hill, and it was stupid steep hill that I don't understand.
I know what you're talking about.
Stupid.
I probably
steep
went
hill.
up the same hill because I looked. I'm like, I can't even see. Oh, it's like a roller coaster. I'm like, I can't even see over the edge of this shit.
It was so bad. It was so fucking bad.
Oh man, it sucked. I know exactly.
My car, the transmission really died on that hill, but it was still running for a minute.
Me too.
And then it finally died on one of the freeways out there. I think the 5. I was able to take it. I was able to get it towed off by AAA into a Burger King parking lot, and that's where I had to leave it because I couldn't afford to do anything else with it.
Yep.
And I was stuck essentially for another year and a half because I didn't have a car, didn't have the money to get a car.
Yep.
Finally was able to get an interview with LA Fitness to do all that stuff. And now again, had I been smarter, once I hit that 3-month mark, I'd have gone straight to CarMax and got myself a car or whatever. But I thought I needed to stack up more money or whatever. But I was without a car, especially in a place like Southern California.
Right.
Doesn't matter which place you are. Santa Clarita is a whole bunch of canyons and stuff. Everything's much more spread out than here in the city.
Absolutely.
But here in the city, you're still dependent on buses and all other shit.
Yep.
So like, I don't want to get to that point, and I'm not going to get to that point. My car, I've got one of two options really with my car. Try to trade it in if anybody will take a car that's will basically be 200,000 miles when I take it in.
Right.
Or keep it and run it till essentially the wheels fall off and
Literally.
find something else in the meantime.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know it's going to take a lot of looking into. I just know that I'm at the point where I'm going to have to do something. one way or the other.
That's what happened with me though, because you gotta think, when I was on your couch, right? So I'm crashing, going between my car and your couch, right? Going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because there's some days, probably more me than you even, but like,
it was definitely more you than me.
I'm an introvert, so I just don't want to fucking be around nobody. I'm like, I'll take it into my own damn hands and go outside.
Same.
Like, and I can see it on certain days. I'm like, well, he's feeling like, yo, this motherfucker's in here, and I can't just do what I do completely. And I'm like, he's not being rude about it. He's not saying anything. He just be quiet sometimes, walking around with his headphones. Like,
Cause I've been the roommate.
Right, and you said that a lot, which is fine. And I fuck with it.
Because I've had to couch surf multiple times in my life.
But I am not that guy. You know me. Like, the way I vibe, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to stay out the way. That's all I'm really trying to do until I get to my shit. I'm just trying to stay out the way. And I was super like, keep my little corner, try to keep all this together.
I've been that way too, and it's still you're
still there.
To other people, it's still like you're invading their
still
space.
In somebody's space.
Now, to be fair, I didn't necessarily feel that you were invading my space.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I tried. I think it's because we have the same mentality though. Like with that type of thing, it's like, yo, if I'm in somebody's space, I'm gonna do everything in my power to not be where they need to be at that time. You know what I mean? Like if he needs to use the bathroom, I know he gets up around this time. I'm gonna wait, even if I have to go right now. You know what I mean? Like I'll wait it out an extra hour and then be like, okay, go. All right, and when I hear him leave, then I'll try to run and do all my shit real quick. Boom, 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 make sure everything's straight. So when he comes back, I'm out the way. Let me eat before he gets here. Boom, I'm out the way. Da, 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 you know what I mean? Like it's that kind of shit. Or even sometimes like
by the way, keep put a pin in this thought process for when we do get our guests on, because this
see how
that's a mentality that
guys
that women can learn from.
Sure. You hear that, guest?
Keep a pin in that. Keep a pin in that.
She's not in the comments. I was gonna throw this to her, but I don't want her to see anything until she gets here. So that's the only reason I didn't tag her.
Keep a pin in that. But yes.
All right. So with that though, you remember I did a bunch of strange. Speaking of, hold the fuck on. I just remembered I was supposed to get a confirmation from one of the guys that I was working for last Friday to do something Sunday. Did he message? I don't even know. Now I'm curious. Was that this week?
Check on that.
I'm so confused. I think I might have agreed to something. It feels like it was last week though. I don't know. Anyway, it was a lot of strange jobs I was doing, and I started doing like, I was that concierge person. I was selling fucking alarm systems. I was like, I did mad random jobs real quick, and I was like, I hate all of this shit.
Yeah.
And the one job as a personal assistant sounded like it was gonna be okay. Got fired like just out of the blue. Like, yeah, actually, I don't need you to come in, man. You ask a lot of questions.
I didn't ask you for rent. I didn't ask you to chip in on shit.
It was real like, cause I was broke. I didn't have shit. Like at the time, I was real broke.
I knew that. And
COVID
again,
hit.
I've been in that situation.
On top of it, COVID hit during that stretch. So like, when I had shit, I was like, all right, let me pull up and try to like get some food in here, do something like small, cause I really ain't got shit, and I got to do just enough to keep my car. Right, I can't have my car go away, so I just need to pay that. And I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here though. Like that's all I can keep thinking. So then I ended up I was like, I'm going back to Virginia. Basically, so I text my old boss. I think, did I leave my car with her? I think I left it with her. I put it in her garage, I think, when I was gone, because you weren't moving my car.
You probably had to.
I think I did. So I left it with her, and
as a matter of fact, I know you had to.
Because you weren't moving.
Because you didn't ask me to move it. I didn't.
I was trying to
ask me to move. I mean,
trying to stay out of the way.
I would have, but you didn't ask me to.
But I'm like, I don't want to. No, man, he's already let me like crash. I'm leaving my stuff in his house. Let me just get my car somewhere. So I put it there.
I may have even like messaged you and I was like, what happened to your car?
Right. I think so. So I go back home and I get the job with Dungarvin right as I'm leaving, and COVID hits, and I'm like, yo, I got a job. Like I'm actually about to be making money again, and they gave me the full-time job. Like they fuck with me, and they were only offering part-time. So I was like, fuck, this ain't enough money. But then like, yo, we let you, like you could be here, right? So I get to work from home for 2 months, which was amazing. I'm getting paid on the West Coast.
What up, Ty?
For working. Yeah, I don't know if he's still there, but I get paid for working out there, which was amazing. But at the same time, it's like, okay, now I'm thinking, what, I got to get back to the West Coast at some point. I got to get back. So I get back out here, and as that shit's working, I start talking to Gina again, right? I come back to this situation. I'm like, yo. Actually, I was talking to Jake. It was random. I was talking to Jake, and I was like, yo, we got to get up. Let's kick it. We kick it. And then I talked to her. She ain't like the way the shit ended, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, it turns into this fucking apartment, right? It ends up spinning into this, and me in my current position and the way everything just moved, me leaving Dungarvin eventually and just having everything. But it's like that push from Uber, realistically, because of my car, caused all of this shit to happen. So it's like, the uptick of it is like, yo, yeah, you got to remember. And now, even on the other side of this, I've been going out to Orange County all the time, right? I've been out there a lot, and I've been seeing a lot out there. And I'm like, yo, you walking around, you like, yo, I'm the brokest person in this fucking room right now. You know what I mean? Like, and I know it. And I'm making more money than I've ever made. Mm-hmm. And I'm still the brokest person in this room. I was talking to some lady not too long ago, probably like 2 weeks ago. She was talking, what up? I was talking to her like 2 weeks ago, and she just casually put on the
Thunder Thighs. What's going on, baby?
She casually put it on fucking on the conversation. Like, I mean, I have terrible credit, but I have $500,000 in the bank. I'm like, did she just say casually that she has $500,000 in the bank? She just said that shit light, like, yo.
You know you're in a different neighborhood when somebody says that.
Bro,
motherfucker, there are certain neighborhoods I don't say I have $20 in my pocket.
Bro, she said that shit like she said that shit like she had $20 in her pocket.
Motherfucker, I've had a couple months ago, there was somebody who got in my cab, in the hood,
uh-huh.
And he like just got out, like to the point where like, cause he and his girl were going to dinner, and his PO literally called him in the car, and he had to have the conversation. Yeah, we're going to dinner, blah blah blah. You can come through, yada yada yada. So like I could tell, but like he was cool or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
He started asking me questions. He's like, you ever been stuck up here in the car? I'm like,
that's uncomfortable.
I'm like, nah, it wasn't. Not for me. I was like, nah. I was like, for what? I basically like Steve Harvey. I was like, motherfucker, for what?
For what?
I'm like, I'm upside down on the car.
Right.
I don't carry cash.
Right.
Ain't nothing in here worth any. Like I don't have
shit's
any.
insured.
Like shit's fully insured.
So steal
like,
it.
Take
Please,
it.
help
Take
me.
the shit. And
Crash it.
Matter of fact, at this point.
Right. Y'all thought that's
at this point.
When my car was going down, I had them thoughts so many times. Like somebody just hit me.
At this point.
Let me crash this shit.
Don't do that Ricky. Don't do that ticky tacky side swipe shit, motherfucker.
Nah,
if you gonna hit it.
Total my shit.
T-bone me.
I was like, bro,
goddamn.
I literally had thought of how can I make my leg get caught to like speed up to make sure I hit something perfect so this bitch is gone.
Motherfucker, I'm a professional wrestler. I can sell some shit. I can sell. Like,
I thought the same.
I was like, if you gonna T-bone it, get the trunk, get the gas tank.
That's when I knew it was time for like
a
big change in my life. That's
but
when I started having
told
those
him, I'm like, for what? Look around, dog. Ain't nothing in here to steal.
Yeah.
The most expensive thing here, most expensive thing in this car is literally this hat on my head. Ain't nothing. This phone is 10 years old. Ain't nothing in here to. I still got a CD player, dog. Ain't nothing in here to steal.
What, you just laugh?
Yeah.
And he kind of let it go, didn't he?
Yeah. I was like, for what? Ain't nothing in here to steal.
You can't take nothing. What you gonna take from me?
I'm like, what you want, dog? I'm like, what you want?
But the reason I even brought
my mini lotion in the side pocket. What you want?
The only reason I even brought up the Orange County thing is because I feel that same transition that you're feeling right now. Again, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to feel that bubble because it's like, dog, I'm too smart to not be making what they're making. Like, I have conversations with these people, and it's not like I'm missing something.
You are the dream and the hope of the slave. You understand?
Listen.
You understand?
I'm too smart. I'm gonna figure it out. Brent, I'm gonna figure it out.
You gotta make it happen. The ancestors looking down on you. You gotta make it happen.
I'm gonna figure it out. Like, I keep looking, man. I'm listening to these guys and these girls and these like business people, and I'm watching how they live on top of it. I'm like, these motherfuckers are everywhere and anywhere whenever the fuck they want, and I want that. Like, I need that.
You know what though? I think there's a couple different things that go into that. First off, having your own cheese, stacking it up, not spending it is a good thing, but also really just building the relationships with those motherfuckers.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Like that's
what I'm saying.
We were literally having this conversation at the Yard South today. We were literally having this conversation about, and we have these conversations a lot because the dudes I work out with, they're into like that investment shit. Mm-hmm. One of them's really he's driving hard about getting real estate in different states and doing all that other shit. Mm-hmm. We were really talking about how those relationships, those fraternal relationships are really not even fraternal relationships, are really everything. How we're not taught this because our parents
didn't have those.
Didn't have it. And actually those people our age and younger who are into that stuff, they weren't taught it either. They were just born into this shit. It was just given to them.
And they watched it.
It was just given to them
and they watched it.
And they watched it. It was given to them like playing dominoes was given to us.
It's second nature because you've seen it.
You see, and it's not even necessarily second. You're given it. They were gifted the shit.
They're gifted.
Like when you're talking about privilege, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily about race because guess what? Because guess what?
There's
black
people
rich people do the same shit.
Absolutely.
Don't have to do shit. Don't have to earn shit. It's already given to them.
I was gonna say I would even go further with black rich people because they understand what it took to get it more so in a lot of cases. Because most of the time it's not old money when you're talking about black.
Not old money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because like with white families with the generational wealth being passed down, a lot of the time you're looking like.
And we're talking generational wealth with white people. We're probably talking about 10 generations.
Right.
Talking about generational wealth with black people. We're probably talking about two or three
max.
Two. Max.
Yeah, I would say 2 max out here, unless you're talking like Africa or something, and they came over randomly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Or grandpa was a celebrity.
Right.
And you're making monies off the royalties.
Like, which is very rare when we're talking 2 generations.
Well, L.A. You get that in L.A.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not from here. But, yeah, just in general, though, like that whole concept, because when you're watching, man, you're listening, I'm like, these relationships I'm building with people, it's not just like, that's all I'm thinking about. And that's the beauty of it. I'm just being me, right? But when I'm out there, I hear them. I see the way they react to me. They're like, "There's something about this guy." You know, like I already have gotten work out there. I've gotten offers and shit for like a company because I knew this other guy. He hit me up and he offered me to shoot a video for them. It was some Christian.
There's a lot of money in that.
What was it? It was a summer camp. It was some Christian
There's
summer
a lot
camp
of money
videos
in
or
that.
something. And I was gonna do it, but I told him I was like, well, the only thing I'm shooting off of currently is my iPhone. You know. Which I should have not said in general.
Right.
But I didn't want to get there and put out some subpar product, and that's the end of everything, right? Which I probably should have just done and then put together a great product regardless.
Or just go ahead and invest the money in a new camera or something.
Which I thought that to myself too. But I was like, you know what? I don't have it right now, and I'm not. Like, they asked me about green screen. I was like, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. Figured it out in like 2 minutes. Like, okay, I got it now. Still got your shit in the back, actually. I used that video that we shot that I never put out. I have all of that fucking clip. And I was using it with you. Yeah, I put the how do we even get here shit behind you while you were talking. I'm like, oh, yeah, I get it. Okay, I know green screen now. Like, that's how my brain works with this kind of stuff. But, like, just being out there and listening to these people and how they work and how active they are. And the thing that I noticed the most about all of those people that I've started to know out there, when it comes to work, these motherfuckers let nothing get in front of work. Nothing. I've seen them do drugs. I've seen them do a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
When a work call comes up, oh, hold on. Turn this drug down real quick. Hey, Susan. How you doing?
No, keep going.
Oh, yeah. No, right. Listen, when I tell you the focus that these people have is unreal. And I love it.
It's also Adderall.
It is. But fuck it. I don't
care.
care.
A lot of that is Adderall.
But I don't care.
A lot of that is that, and it really. I'm not even a joke. Like,
no, I know.
Like
our
generation was the ADD generation, and they were prescribed that shit on a regular fucking basis.
And listen, I get it, but I'm just saying that level of focus and listening to these people has started to change my perspective when I have something to do. Like, I stopped letting people, because I'm that guy. And I've been the guy for a long time. When somebody's having an existential crisis in their world, I'll pop up and be like, I got you, sweetheart. Let me help you with that. How can I do this? How can I do that? Fuck that. Trey shit first. Trey shit is his work. Trey shit is his music. Trey shit is whatever product he's selling. Trey shit is this, right? That first. Anything else is secondary. Right?
It has to be.
It has to be. If you're ever going to be on a level of success where you're actually comfortable, where we're not having conversations like what we're talking about with your car because it's in the bank. Oh, the car's going down? We're not even buying cars.
But
we're actually, what's the shit that they do? Leasing. Because when I worked for the car company, I realized all the white people that came in there that were really successful, know what they didn't do? They didn't buy no fucking cars. They leased them. All of them.
If it rolls, floats, or fucks, lease it. Is the
everything.
Is the old saying.
And that's what I picked up, because I had no idea. I didn't know what the fuck leasing was, right? Pittsburgh, first person I knew that had a lease, right?
Or floats, flies, or fucks leasing.
Yeah, which was the first person I knew that had a lease, right? She ended up buying it. Probably that was a mistake on her part, because she had it set up the right way, but she was like, I really like the car, whole thing. She goes through this whole shit. But the whole thing was, the leasing part of that conversation was the part that's like, eye-opening to me, because that was the first time I had really seen it. I'm like, oh shit, so you don't even buy it because of depreciation. That makes sense, because I worked at Geico. I heard about depreciation. I worked for the car company. I'd heard about depreciation.
Worst asset is a fucking car.
It's the worst, because the second you leave the dealership, half gone. You know what I mean?
Half.
It don't matter if you pull right back. Hey, oh, I'm sorry, that car is old now. We can't. You know, that's the old model. Like, what do you mean? The
Right.
new model came in when you drove off the lot.
Right.
It pulled up. See, it's got new brake lights.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was talking to you, Steve. I'm not Steve anymore. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like, to me, man, I just look at it and I study white people. I do. I follow them. I look at them. I listen to Earn Your Leisure podcast. Shouts to them, by the way. Love Earn Your Leisure podcast. I learn a lot of shit from them about how to move the way these white people are moving, how to figure out what they're doing, instead of like, you know what I mean, just in the sense of I see them and I think I know. No, they're like giving you game, like bit by bit. They're breaking down these things. You know
Now
what I mean?
here's where my issue often comes in my life. Is yes, you want to do what you are able to do. Yes, you want to do your shit. You want to focus on your music. I wanted to focus on my videos, or I wanted to focus on whatever, right? The podcast. However, bills don't stop, rent don't stop.
Absolutely.
And I'm not making money doing that yet. So I am forced then to take the time away from that to drive right now, go to the office,
Hierarchy.
whatever.
There's hierarchy. Your shit is sectioned. You know what I mean? It's broken down. Your shit starts with whatever your highest paying job is. You know what I mean? And especially in our positions, you have to start with that. If that business comes through and that's how you pay your living, or that's how you make your living, that's the number one thing, right? After that, though, you have to start to look through your personal whatever you're going with, and you have to say, yo, this thing is now the next priority. Like, during the week, people understand that, because for us, right, we're good at this. Heading out. Thank you for joining. I'm sure you'll hear more of it. You're always listening. Our biggest fan, honestly. Our biggest listener for sure.
Absolutely. Well, this is going to drop tomorrow, so you'll hear the audio tomorrow.
Damn, tomorrow's Thursday already.
Yeah, you hear the audio and see the full thing tomorrow.
Appreciate you always. Much love to you. Friend of the show, for real.
Friend of the show. Love you.
I'm not saying that. No. But
pause on the love.
Pause on the love.
Pause on the love.
But yeah, it's like you sectionalize it though. You know what I mean? Because you have to think, okay, for me, I realize that we're really good at what we do with the podcast. So I make it known every week, no matter what I'm doing, whoever's around, I'm doing my podcast.
Yeah.
Because there's a possibility the podcast could turn into that freedom financially that I'm looking for anyway, right? Because we're so good at it, it's a high probability of that. Then on a parallel with that is my music, because I think that's the same kind of thing. If I have an itch for something, like when Jesse was trying to get them songs out, I made sure that was priority. I gotta write these fucking songs. Hey, everybody back up. Let me do this for a second, right? Okay. Then when it starts to roll, it's starting to come out of me again, like new shit that I just dropped. I'm like, damn, I don't know where that came from. That's different. You know what I mean? That might be the one. I'm trying to play that overseas and see where that goes. You know what I mean? When that drops, I'm gonna buy the beat to make sure I own all of it, and then I'm putting it on everything, right? Because that could be the biggest winner. You know, I don't mind spending money when I see an opportunity of something actually being bigger, right? But it's like that's the priority shit that I'm talking about, where you kind of have to break it down, because we have everybody has a certain talent, everybody has a certain thing that they're good at that could potentially go, right? Like, I'm great at customer service. I hate customer service. I never want to do that.
Yeah.
You know, this job that I do now, I'm really good at it. Is it what I want to do forever? Not at all. I like that I'm fulfilling needs for other people and I'm helping other people in a lot of instances, but my main priority is my family and making sure that I can really take care of them. This job doesn't provide me enough means to say, Mom, you're done. You don't need to do anything else. You know what I mean? So that's where my head is, especially when I'm out in Orange County and I'm watching these people move a certain way. I'm like, they are not stressed at all. These motherfuckers like, hey, we're going out to dinner, da-da-da-da. Like, oh, $200 dinner, no big deal. We out here. Boom.
Right.
There's $200. Like, what the fuck, man? That's a lot of money, bro. What you mean $200? Like, I got it, but
Like, you know how many bills that is?
I got
for
it.
me?
I mean, I got it, but I mean, come on, 200. We gotta go here because it's. I mean, we could go right there. Out back right there.
I mean, that's gonna put me back for a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Like, that's
No, out back right there, bro. We ain't gotta do this. You know what? Matter of fact, let's go to the store. Buy the steak.
Yo. Shh, you hear that? Tamales. Let's go. The tamale truck. The tamale cart is right down the street.
Matter of fact, bro, go buy the shit. I'll cook it. I'm a great cook. I'll cook it. You buy it. I'll cook it. We all win.
Ease up on the Stater Brothers. Let's go to night.
You can tip me too. I take tips. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that kind of thing.
Pause on the taking the tips.
Pause on the taking the tips. You're right.
Pause
You're
on
right.
the taking the tip.
Super pause on the taking
Pause
the
on the
tip.
taking the tip.
But yeah, man, I don't know. That's what my head's been over the last couple of weeks and days and shit. It's just like, yo, how do I get to that next level now? More ascension. Because I'm comfortable. This shit has gotten better. You know, I've got my environment back now. I can kind of rebuild that part of it because that was really fucked up for like a long stretch of time here. Damn near 6 months. You know what I mean? On and off. So, like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I can get my footing back the way it was, which is what I'm doing now. I'm stationarily breaking down my house and sectionally, like, cleaning everything a certain way and getting everything just back to what I was doing. Yeah. Then I got to get back the gym and the fucking, relax, Zeus. I got to get back the gym and the dietary shit exactly how I was doing it, right? Because those, if I pair those two things, that's the most healthy version of Trey we've seen in years, right? So then it's like, okay, now how do I ascend to the next thing? I got the music popping again. I got the podcast going. I got all this different shit. I got people that, you know, I could go and do something with this guy. I can go do something with that person. Like, they want to work with me now. I'm getting people that are hitting me up like, yo, let's work. And I'm like, all right.
Zeus, make sure your couch in Arizona isn't too comfortable for me when we head through in November. No crevice.
We got a comment on that.
I saw that.
They saw
I saw that.
That was our guest, by the way.
Oh, that was her?
That was her.
Word.
Said that from next week. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's just like, for me, that's what's been on my head, man. My head is like just on how do we get to the next level of everything. Like, I just want to take over. And it doesn't have to be we're billionaires. I don't need to be a billionaire. But I want to be fucking comfortable. And I want my mom to be like, great. I want my sister to be able to do whatever the fuck she wants. In the sense of like, she's going to go to school. She can take her time, make a good decision, have a good career, live her life and be like, great. You know what I mean? And not how to be like, I'm 30-something. I don't know exactly how I'm going to make this happen, but I think I can. I think I can. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want that.
I'm going to be honest with you. So basically we're both at...
He said you're staying at Stu's. I'm definitely staying with
Don't
Zeus.
Be mad.
I'm
Don't
staying
be mad,
with Zeus.
Splitting this up like heels and faces in the
fucking
old
right.
NWA
you
days.
Fucking right. And we whooping y'all ass when we get the tag team
that's
match.
what you think.
Fucking y'all up.
So basically we're both at the point where we're where the deck's reshuffling.
Absolutely.
We got to reshuffle the deck.
100%.
And it's funny because we've talked about this, especially at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
All those different things.
Yep.
A couple months ago, at the end of my last relationship, I talked a lot about getting back down to basics. Mm-hmm. I'm at a point now where, and that was just in the social aspect of the things. Now in the really life and monetary aspect of things, I gotta look at the basics again and reshuffle that. Yeah. At this particular point, it's an interesting thing, fucking being an adult. I didn't want to be an adult. I didn't want to be an adult. But here I am again.
Wait, you didn't? You didn't want to be an adult?
Would you believe?
Is this what you're trying to tell me?
Would you believe?
I can't believe that.
Would you believe?
No, I would have thought that.
I literally this today went to Target to use the bathroom and passed.
Classic Uber move, by the way.
And right, because Target's the best restrooms.
Yeah,
Target's always the best restrooms.
Absolutely. And they don't ask questions. You just go in.
They sure don't.
They leave you the fuck
And
alone.
it's the best and the cleanest.
It's the greatest thing in the world. Shouts to Target.
Shouts to Target. So, and I have a thing at Target. I always go by the goddamn toy section.
That's how you get on that hat?
And wouldn't you know it, there was a brand new Kane action figure that was only $10.
Have you finished that series yet?
No.
Man.
Wait, no, it looked like a new series.
Never mind. Different Kane. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Brand new Kane, and it was only $10, and I was like, well, I made $100 today. I can afford this.
Oh, shit.
I can afford. The kid in me was like, there was no, we can't get it this time. No, it was, I'm a grown ass man. I've got $10. I'm spending my $10.
You know what I did? I went to the PlayStation Network. I saw Matt and it dropped. I said, oh, I've been stressed out for months. I'm buying this shit. Then you know what? The adult in me said, Trey, are you going to play that shit? I said, huh? Are you going to play that shit? And I was like, man, I ain't going to play that shit, dog. I'm going to download it. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to be hyped. I'm going to hit a couple people. I'm going to start losing. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to play 2K. So I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I've had to. I really thought. Hold on, what's
I gotta say. So he said Trey, manifest that shit Trey, right? When we was talking before. Then he said, bro, I was married for 10 years and just 2020 was my rebirth. I feel the vibes. Like he's right there with us.
Man, it's a whole. He said
treat yourself.
It's a whole different thing.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him to treat yourself. He does it too much.
I've been treating. I have.
He does it too much.
I bought the Stone Cold. I bought the Ric Flair.
This motherfucker can't help himself. Me on the other hand,
those were not $10.
Right.
I bought the Dobby, which was $10. Did you see that picture?
The Dobby.
Yeah.
The fuck is the Dobby?
Don't
say Dobby to me.
From Harry Potter.
No, man, I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I've never seen Harry Potter.
Yeah, well, just know Dobby is a free fucking elf. Damn it. Dobby is a free elf.
A free elf. Was it free for you when you bought it?
It was $10 when I bought it. And I didn't necessarily. I shouldn't have. I didn't necessarily need to.
You didn't have to.
I didn't have to.
But you felt it.
But I had to.
I did see that creepy shit. I didn't know what that was. I was like, this is like the stupid troll shit he had.
Damn it. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. Didn't that thing move real weird? Wasn't the video like real creepy? Doesn't it move
Because it was stop motion back in the 80s.
I hate it.
Anyway, now we got to transition now.
Yo, Brent wants to smoke. I'd like to address this posting my face on females' bodies. That's true.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's very true.
Talk to the video editor. Talk to the thumbnail editor. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a host.
That's the thumbnail.
I'm just a host. It's a me, Brent. I'm just a host, dog. I don't do nothing around here. They pay me to look pretty.
It was mad dudes.
They pay me to look pretty.
Gave you.
They pay me to look pretty.
He gave you a female. I saw that too. It was smoke.
They pay me to look nice.
There's got to be fire around there somewhere.
I don't know what you're talking about. They pay me to look nice. By the way, did you notice whose head I put you on versus me?
Who was that? I was
You were Shawn Michaels. I was Triple H.
The GOAT.
But did you notice what they both? One had the bigger and the smaller.
No, I didn't notice that.
Okay, great.
Pause on whatever you just said.
Pause on that.
Well, I just know that I was the GOAT.
Fucking being an adult and transitioning, that shit fucking sucks. Is the moral of the
I
story.
don't think so. I've started to love it.
Or can be good.
It can suck, but I think it's mindset, right? Because that's why, honestly, that's the funny thing. That's why I started responding to you with what I responded with, because I'm like, dog, I was exactly at that point. You watched it. I was in your living room. You watched it.
Now again, part of what I think allows us to have these relatively
that should hurt.
Not these not so drastic odds against us is our mobility.
Yeah.
Our life mobility.
Because we don't have kids.
No wife, no kids.
Facts. Yeah, no, that's big. That's a big deal. And that's why we continue to have that mobility, I think, because we've been through this shit before.
Right.
And it's like, that shit can happen. And it can be very free-falling. Yeah, you'd be like, yo, why? Does it feel like it's falling in here? Do you feel falling? Because I feel like I'm falling down.
Feel nice and comfortable,
and
then all of a sudden...
why does it feel like nothing's around? Oh, shit, I'm outside. What the fuck just happened?
Right.
Why is everything on fire? Like... that shit happens fast.
Yeah.
It's like, yo. So I've been really like, that's why I can talk to myself and be like, are you going to play that Madden, Trey? And I'm like, nah, don't get that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, bet. You can just play the one from like 3 years ago whenever you got an itch for like 2 minutes and you're going to hate it again and you're going to play something else.
And it's an interesting thing. I've had in my head the fantasy for years that I was going to live the Entourage lifestyle.
Also never watched that show, by the way.
Huh?
I've never watched that either, by the way.
You never watched Entourage?
I almost watched the movie. And
everybody was like,
everybody said that, so I was like,
the movie sucked. I was a fan, but
I said, now I'm not gonna watch the movie either.
The movie sucked. The only reason to watch the movie is if you're a completionist. The movie, actually, the last couple seasons of Entourage sucked. They went on way too long. But was the Entourage life? Me and my homies, giant fucking mansion, LA, fucking whoever we want to, best weed on the planet. Far enough distance from each other in this mansion so that we can live together but not live together.
Just have
you know what I mean?
Space. Yeah.
Have our own space, big ass screen TVs, playing all the video games you want to. Occasionally go do some work somewhere, doing what we love. Sounds fantastic.
The premise is great until everybody starts shooting the club up. Because that's what happens.
Man, that's what happened.
That's what happened to me. I was supposed to be in Miami.
That's what happened.
Let me paint mine. It was me and my homie. We were going to Miami. we were going for the South Beach Sevens. That's what we wanted. We wanted the South Beach Sevens.
I don't blame you.
Because you know what? Everywhere else, they fucking dimes.
They sure are.
Just like in Brazil, them South Beach Sevens is crazy, right? So
just check the plumbing, but you're all right.
Yeah, we out here. We about to kill this shit, boy. Come on, boy. Next thing I know, nigga was like, yo, I got something to tell you, bro. What happened? You good? Because we about to go. I'm ready to get it. fucked up. You did what? What'd you do? The cops or something? Nah, it's worse. It's like, yo, next thing I know, my nigga got a kid, right? Next thing you know, he had 2 kids.
Yeah.
Lifestyle's completely different. That's all he talks about. Everything's different. Everything was different. I'm like, bruh, I can't live that life.
Now, see, interestingly enough, a lot of my close friends didn't do that.
Nah,
Like my best friend in high school just posted his announcement on Facebook the other week, right? And he's 38. You know what I mean? And hasn't was never a partier.
Said, dude, you buy toys. Dead. You should see his apartment.
Yeah, absolutely. And
you gotta see his apartment.
And what?
His apartment looks like his outfit today.
It really does.
That's basically his apartment. This is my apartment, by the way.
but most of my closer friends don't really do that. You didn't.
Nah, I'm definitely. Yeah.
Mr. Poetic. Mr. Poetic is no kids. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
TJ doesn't have kids. My boy Jay doesn't have kids. You don't have kids. Fucking my man.
My homie Kyle doesn't have kids and doesn't want
Okay.
And
okay. My younger
adamant about not wanting
let me say
them.
this. My younger best friends all have kids, and they all have multiple kids. They all did it at least twice.
Yeah,
which is crazy. My closest friend right now that has kids has a kid is Faith. Faith and Erica both have kids, but those, that's like a little different. We talking the homies, the guys. The people I chill with now, and I have the most rapport constantly with, which is probably based off of the fact that we have similar lifestyles, would be all the guys I named. But my older guys that I had these plans with, they're the ones that went and shot the club up and went nuts.
When we were in, I think I was 20. It was before age.
So shot the club up twice,
yeah.
But it was 10-year marriage. That makes sense.
It was before.
It
was before we were of age here. One of my homies from junior high school. We reconnected over MySpace days, and he had gone down to he had done the Mexico trips back when you could do the Mexico trips.
He ate the worm.
Huh?
He ate the worm.
Yeah.
And the alien jerky.
Back when you could do the Mexico trips and not. And this was really just before motherfuckers were getting snatched up and we knew motherfuckers were getting snatched up.
Yeah.
This was like, oh, Mexico's the place to party. Go to Cabo, go to Santa, whatever the fuck. And we were like,
snatched up. That shit could be lit.
And we were like, we're gonna do that. We were like, we plan it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Right? And our birthdays were very similar. We're like the same week.
So you're like, we're great. That's
man, we're gonna
time.
do this our birthday week. Let's do this.
Yep.
Couple months out, we're gonna do this. All of a sudden, I got something to tell you.
Oh shit.
What? The girlfriend that he had trouble with a month or two ago came back with him and told him he was gonna be a daddy at 20-something years old. Now he's happy now. He's got a few kids with her and married and everything.
Of course.
But at the time when you're 20-something, it's like, yo.
And that's the thing. This is not a bash people with kids pod.
No,
right? That's not what we're doing.
No, it's not.
It's a we love our freedom pod.
Right.
And I love the concept of being able to just get up and do literally whatever the fuck I want. That was the torture of my last couple of months here because I always had the lurking, something could change. There's somebody just, Jesus, that shit was loud.
Ice Cube.
I know. Fuck. How did it not melt? That shit is always gone in 2 minutes when I use it. That's crazy. But yeah, it's just that lurking feeling of, I owe somebody something or I have to be on. So when you're living as a single guy, legitimately, with no obligation like that,
correct,
you're good.
Yeah.
I hit Brent up randomly and be like, yo, what you doing, bro? Oh yeah. All right, you wanna get up? Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
That's how our interactions go most of the time.
Yeah.
What you doing right now? You wanna go to a bar or something? I bet. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Before COVID, that was it. That was it all the time.
You at the house?
Yeah. Now the only thing that you might catch is, oh, you working right now? All right, bet. So what time's the pod? Okay, bet. All right, we'll see you then. Okay, no problem. All right, bet. It's they're quick, they're concise. It's to the point.
And see, that's another avenue I conceivably have in my quiver is I could go back to doing.
Don't tell me you have anything conceivably in your quiver ever again. That shit is. Don't.
I gotta take you to a poetry night, dog. This is getting ridiculous.
Conceivably in your quiver.
Was
that necessary?
Is hosting karaoke.
Come on, man.
But
hosting it again.
But I mean, I'd have to do it completely differently. First off, I probably wouldn't do it here in Long Beach.
No. Why not?
The cartel too much. But here's the other problem.
Yeah, they hated you. Yo.
Here's the other problem. Being around people, drunk people, in that close proximity, on a regular basis, multiple nights with the Hurricane Rona running around.
We did that very similar times.
Not a fan.
By the way, we did that very similar times too. You were doing karaoke and I was doing open mics. And
not a fucking fan of that aspect.
That dealing with drunk people shit, we know how that goes. Dealing with drunk people as a host and you having to stay a certain level of professional and them being drunk people.
Right.
It leads to like, I'm going to have to throw you on your face.
And the best way I could deal with it was to be a certain level of drunk.
You had to.
But also,
then that takes you
but
out
only
of,
a certain level of drunk because you can't get too drunk.
Nope. Because
you still got to.
You start to get a little ignorant. You start to do stupid shit too. And it's like, yo, fuck. This ain't it.
No, for me, it's you get irritated faster.
Oh, for sure. Well, see,
because,
mine's the exact
because
opposite.
my good time is getting fucked up.
That's
because,
funny. Mine's the
because
exact
my
opposite.
good time is getting fucked up by you fucking with my good time.
I mean, I get that for sure. But my shit is like the exact opposite. I actually get better with alcohol because I can tolerate you now. Like, I don't feel like...
To a certain point, you're absolutely right.
I don't feel irritated anymore.
To a certain point, you're absolutely correct.
I did that with somebody's kid not too long ago. I was like, I need a drink. Once I drink, I'll just be sarcastic.
Right.
And then I'll be like, fuck off, kid.
Yeah.
But it'll be like nice. It'll be like funny. Because right now, I really want to be like, yo, fuck off, kid. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
And that's not nice. You can't do that to somebody's kid.
You want to give him the Lashley?
Yeah, bro, listen. I was so happy, man. Man, did I predict that? I predicted that so well.
Man,
I was so happy that happened.
Shouts to you,
bro.
Shouts to you on that one.
Cheers with it. I don't have to.
Shouts to you on that one. That was. I was
so happy.
That was on point like Stacey Adams.
Bro, I was so happy that he got him. And I saw a picture today. They said Lashley or Goldberg's son. I was like, yep. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
That was on point like Stacey Adams.
By the way, why does he look so sweet now? That nigga look cool as hell now. I almost felt bad for him.
Because he got teased the last time he was on TV.
He looked like a goofball.
And his dad was like,
we're gonna get you.
We're gonna get you in Goldberg shape.
And then we're gonna get you hooked in something. They're gonna really be like, oh, because you just see what they did with Ray kid. They did that with Ray little kid. What you think they're gonna do with us? You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
You get out of high school, you already know.
Right.
Oh, but them chances coming. They yours.
Right.
So I'm like, all right.
That generational shit.
Yeah, exactly.
He's setting them up. That generational shit.
He got, because that man, come on, man. But I was so happy he got beat up. I was so happy. That was like the highlight for the pay-per-view, honestly, for me. I was like, yeah. Other than Becky Lynch, of course. When she came out and hit him, honestly didn't see that. I just saw your rant. It made me laugh. I was like, this is so emotional all the time. Because I didn't even see it, but it made me laugh. You said she rock bottomed somebody?
She rock bottomed Bianca Belair and won the belt in 20 seconds.
She beat Bianca Belair in 20 seconds?
Oh, with a punch and a rock bottom.
All right, I get your emotion now. I didn't know it was Bianca.
All they had to do was
Sasha?
They knew she wasn't going to be able to make it a week ago.
Oh my god.
And apparently it's health reasons. We don't know exactly what it is. Probably the Hurricane Rona. But all they had to do was have Becky come out. Hey, I'm back. Hey, I'm back. I'm back. Hey, Bianca.
You're next.
See you Thursday.
Right. I'll see you at this time.
Great.
Exactly what Brock did, basically.
Exactly. Right.
Because when you said it, I saw the Brock shit, and I was like, yeah, that's
literally
it.
Exactly that.
Brock didn't even beat Cena up till the cameras
literally
were
exactly
off.
that.
But also, why does he have that ponytail?
You tell him.
He looked. Somebody said that in the comments. They was like,
you tell him.
He was like, yo, I need somebody that's a lot bigger than me. I'd like to tell Brock to cut that shit off because I'm
going to make this statement now. Any question of why does Brock? The answer is you tell him.
Okay, I got you. All right, yeah, that's fair. That's a big guy.
Why does Brock park his car in the middle of random people's living rooms? You tell him.
He was giving me Daniel Bryan vibes, though, when he was out there. The smile he was doing was sick.
He was very excited.
It was weird.
He was very excited.
Because he was dressed like himself. And I felt like he was just like, I've never got to come out here in my jeans.
Yeah.
I like that I'm in my jeans. Like,
and his boots and his little pointed.
He was walking. The way he had the walk was weird. Because he was
in his boots.
I know. And he loved it. You could see it like, yeah. And I got this thing on. This ponytail that I shouldn't have. That Brent needs to tell him about. You know what I'm saying?
That shirt looked like it didn't fit him, but it's like, what shirt is going to fit him?
I don't know. I mean, listen, he looked like he was in shape. Maybe it was because he had the shirt on.
Like, all he's been doing is lifting trees in Canada for the last couple years.
But how many times have we seen Brock not look like that? You know what I'm saying?
When he was on the road on a regular basis.
Right.
When he was on the road on a regular basis.
Did you say on a regular basis?
Yeah.
When the hell has Brock been on the road on a regular basis in any kind of history?
2004.
Okay, thank you.
2004.
Hey, last time he was on the road on a regular basis was for the Minnesota Vikings.
17 years ago.
It was the Minnesota Vikings was when he was on the road on a regular basis.
And he wasn't even on the road on a regular basis. He was cut.
He was in training camp. Oh my God, Brent, why you say that about Brock? I would never.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say it.
Sorry, Brock.
Said it.
Hey, listen. He said that thing about Sable too. It's weird. He just keeps talking about you in your life.
Listen, I ain't gonna say nothing about Sable.
I love
one
Sable.
way or the other.
Shouts to Sable.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
You missed me on that.
Friend of the show.
You missed me on that.
Listen, man.
Man, you got any fuck yous?
I do. I think. Yeah, man. My fuck you of the week is kind of a collect. It's gonna be one of them kind of like blanket fuck yous of the week. It's not specific to anybody, but to a lot of people. My fuck you of the week goes to.
Empty the clip.
I got to. My fuck you of the week goes to people that are. Actually, this is even broader than I thought. This is great. I got a lot for this one. My fuck you of the week goes to people that have no appreciation for anything. Like,
so kids, fuck them kids.
Definitely kids, but adults too. That you do shit for out of the goodness or kindness of your heart and or soul, and these people just continuously shit on with no remorse. Fuck you to all those people. And there's a slew of you that I can mention for the last, like, I don't know, couple months, easily, that have just continuously tried to piss my vibe off. Because I have a good vibes only policy, and y'all are really pushing it. So, my fuck you is to y'all as a collective, because it's too many to even mention, to be honest with you. I've had so many people that have just genuinely pissed me off and drained my energy.
They play you off if you started listening?
Basically. I mean, no, honestly, I don't give a fuck, but...
No, I mean the award ceremony would play you
off.
off.
Absolutely.
Wrap it up.
If I yeah, 100% facts. Because it's too many, honest to God truth. Like, too many people have just... It's like a lack of regard for the amount of dope shit that you do for them. And just like... This happens every day. This is spectacular shit that's happening. Like, I think you're confused. This does not happen. Who does this?
Right.
Who does what I'm doing?
Right.
Nobody. So
nobody.
Exactly. So my fuck you of the week goes to you for hitting that note, but also to the fucking people that just have no appreciation for dope shit. I'm dope shit is what I'm saying. So y'all that don't appreciate me for the shit that I do that normal people don't do, that extra, we talked about this on a podcast not too long ago, that extra that goes into making something comfortable, making it whatever.
Oh, that was a while ago.
It was, but that same
But
concept.
Yes.
And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. I'm not just talking about family. I'm not just talking about females you're courting. I'm talking about all you motherfuckers at the same time. Y'all that just don't fucking get that as a 32-year-old grown-ass man, I don't owe you shit. And yet, I go out of my way to make sure that so many of you are comfortable and good with low means. I'm out here in Orange County with these rich motherfuckers. I see them. They making money. I'm broke. And I'm still doing more than most of them motherfuckers would ever even think about doing for y'all. So my fuck you is to those people that have zero appreciation for the dope shit that I do and go out of my way for. Fuck you, okay? And if you feel offended by this statement, I'm probably talking to your ass. Let's be very clear. Thank you very much. That's my fuck you of the week. Brenton, do you have any fuck yous of this week?
I do, but I'm gonna piggyback off yours.
Go ahead.
We live in a society and have for a long time now where mediocrity is rewarded.
Yep.
While while talent is ignored,
Facts.
trampled on, stolen
Facts.
from, and it's a very irritating thing to see if you're a talented person because you've experienced it many times. It's one of those things where, and this goes back decades. The late great Little Richard screamed and shouted about this shit until he died.
He did.
Talking about how they stole his music. He's the architect of rock and roll. You understand? In the man's obituary, they still to this day, ABC News still said self-described architect. No, motherfucker.
He did it. It was him.
He did it. He did it. He wrote and performed Tutti Frutti raucously, amazingly, that Pat Boone then stole and watered down. Do you understand? Like, there's no. He was exceptional. Then it was made mediocre and sold to the masses.
Yep.
And it got over.
Yep.
We can talk about the many various reasons why that happens, but mediocrity gets rewarded on a regular basis, and it's quite irritating.
And on top of that, it's that nice guys finish last shit.
I feel you.
A lot of the time. Because it's like, like, my natural position as a human is a dick. That's what I am. I'm a jerk.
Pause on your natural position being a dick. Pause on that.
Pause. But, like, legitimately, that's how I am as a person. I'm an asshole. I walk around as, like, just straight up, yo, I'm nice to people that I like, but I stay away from most people, and I just stay to myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeking people out most of the time. I just
Right.
do me, and I stay to myself. I'm not overly rude, but I can come off that way. I'm very straightforward, right? So when I come out of my bag to be nice to a person or people, and they always assume that more is owed.
Yeah.
Owed. They assume more is owed.
They feel entitled to what you give.
What did we say earlier about not having kids and flexibility and shit, right?
Yeah.
Do I owe anybody anything?
Not a
Let's
damn
be
thing.
Very fucking clear.
The only two things you have to do in your life is stay black and die.
That's it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, my mother doesn't press me the way a lot of you motherfuckers press me. And I actually do owe her shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she knows, like, at the end of the day, if she come at me crazy, listen, Mom, I owe you either. I gotta back up, chill, all right? And so we have a respect, so it's never that. But my point is, you motherfuckers I don't owe you shit. It's like when somebody says, well, you can't leave that job, you're stuck. The fuck I can't.
The fuck I can't.
I can always quit.
The
I can leave
fuck I
anything.
can.
I can go.
There's no anchor tied to your
There's
ass.
always an option. There's always a fucking option. The only thing that aren't maneuverable is fucking laws. You know what I mean? And some people find ways around those.
Now, what people forget is that there are consequences to what you do.
Facts.
But it doesn't mean you can't do
Facts.
it. It just means you'll have to live with the consequences of what you do.
The story I said earlier about my current job, I made a decision. My ass was in my car.
Yeah.
Right? But I made the decision.
Yeah.
I know I could have kept paying shit. I would have been fine. I could have stayed there. I would have moved forward. But I never got this. I would never got the money. I would have never got any of the shit that I got boosted.
Right.
Because cause and effect. It's the Matrix. Cause and effect. You know what I mean? But point being, people need to be more grateful for shit that people do that's extraordinary that they don't have to do. For instance, my birthday. This guy brought me something on my birthday. He brought me a fucking bottle. Brent didn't have to do that shit. Completely unnecessary. Didn't have to do it.
Oh, then give it back.
I drunk it already. Didn't have to do it. Well, my point is, I appreciate that shit. You know what I mean? And I realize that it's something out of the ordinary that doesn't have to be done, and I appreciate it. Because that's what the fuck's supposed to happen when somebody does something that's out of the ordinary. And I have no, like, well, I carry his podcast for him, so he owed me that bottle. The fuck is that?
Damn sure not that.
I knew you would hate that.
Damn sure not
I
that.
knew you would hate that regardless. But that's the point. I carry this goddamn podcast, and he owed me that bottle. So fuck Brent.
I don't think
he
you
should have
do.
got me a bottle today too.
Don't think you do.
You see the point? You see how dirty that sounded? Did you hear how nasty that was? He should have got me another one, and the bottle should have been bigger. And I prefer the one from France. So, oui, motherfucker. See what I'm saying? You see how stupid that sounds? What the fuck are we talking about? What? Fuck you people. All right, I'm done.
Are you?
Just go to your fucking.
Motherfucker, keep going.
Nah, I can do this forever.
This
Go
is
ahead.
this is your podcast as much as it's mine.
I don't want to do this
Mr. I'm
anymore.
carrying this shit on my back.
That wasn't me. That was them. That was the people who were fucking. Pause. Oh my goodness. Shit got me warm. I had two fans on and I'm fucking warm now.
I don't even want to follow that. Mine is not that impactful. But I do want to say
Fuck y'all.
My fuck you of the week goes to the Hurricane Rona for fucking with our podcast this week.
Yes.
And for taking down our guest who
was gonna
be a great and still will be.
Absolutely.
When she gets over it.
She's coming
next year. You know, take your 2 weeks and then take 2 more weeks.
She looks like she's good.
And then take 8.
I saw her pages.
I
haven't seen the test yet.
I've avoided this shit.
Me too.
This long.
Me too. No, I'm waiting for the test.
Sweetheart, you take as much time as you need and then take 2 more weeks.
I think she'll be here.
Do you understand?
I think she'll be here next week because I don't think she caught it.
No,
I don't
you
think
take.
No,
listen to me.
She took the test.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if she took test Andrew Martin. I don't give a shit. Take as much time as you need and then take another 2 weeks.
All right, look. Here's what we'll do.
Get yourself one of those radioactive baths they give you once you're exposed to plutonium. Whatever the fuck.
Brent will be at home.
Do the shit. No, we'll do it live. We'll do it. I'll write it and we'll do it live. But
You say you'll write it.
But I was doing Bill O'Reilly.
Pause.
But don't write WRITE.
He said ride RIDE.
But be healthy when you do.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
fuck you, Hurricane Rona, for fucking with that. It's gonna happen.
This is an exciting episode that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
This episode actually turned out well.
It will be exciting.
This is the first time we've had like a one-on-one episode in a while because you just refuse to talk to me now. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. You're just like, we have to have a guest. We need a guest this week.
By the way, this week originally was supposed to be a no guest episode, and then you were like,
because you were asking me about somebody else.
Not for this week.
The fact that you start talking about it instantly, I was like, Jesus.
In the text message, if you can look in the text message, I said something next month.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it, bro. I just saw you talking about another fucking. I was like, Jesus.
Little inside baseball, but like
I said, this motherfucker hates me.
Because my thought process is we certainly don't need it anyway. But fuck you, Hurricane Rona, for fucking with that. Fuck you for fucking with her health.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's back on the mend.
I don't think she caught it.
She was exposed to it.
She was exposed. That's why we canceled it. Just to be careful.
Okay.
But I don't think she actually caught it. I think she's good. But I haven't heard the update.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Fuck you for doing all that.
Yeah, because you ruined it.
Hurricane Rona.
This was supposed to be dope.
You just ruined something else.
I mean, this episode was dope anyway. I think it came out cool because it was some real life shit.
Yeah.
Which I had no idea. Brent saw me. I was asleep basically when he came in. And I woke up immediately, especially for the fuck you. I really got up for that. And
a lot of this stuff came to me on the way here. Like I wasn't even really thinking about it. I was like, oh, but you know what? Yeah, this is happening to me right now.
That will always work.
Let's fucking talk.
When you're talking about real life, that shit will always work. So yeah.
You got any good vibes, homie?
I do. Yo, I don't know if I've actually done this good vibes before. But a good vibes to my mom, man. My mom fucking rocks in so many different ways, but she worked really diligently with me to resolve a personal issue, family matter that was like happening in real time with me, and it was driving me fucking insane. Yeah, facts, and it was driving me crazy. So I was calling her like, hey. Now, hey! I'm trying to get my mom a shout out.
I'm being your soundtrack on the under.
You're too loud. You're too loud. You too close, man. You too close. Listen. My point is, Mom, I don't need family matters. I don't need family matters.
You said it though. I'm giving you the underlying soundtrack.
Can you shut your ass up? Can you underline shut that ass up? So, Mom, I appreciate you.
That actually sounds like a nice little track though. That's something you should write that.
Underline shut your ass. I do like that.
Shut your ass.
Underline shut your ass up. No, but Mom, I love you. You are phenomenal. I appreciate you for hearing me at some point. It took a while to get through. You're gonna have a thick head at times, but you did hear me. It took a while, but it got through, and I appreciate you.
Pause on Mom having a thick head?
No,
sometimes?
No pause. She's female. Pause. Would you shut the fuck? Did I not tell you to shut up? You're supposed to be shutting up.
Listen,
it's my time. My Skip Bayless shit. Don't make me knock this off. Listen, I love you, and I appreciate you, and just good vibes to you. Good vibes to you, because I know you got a lot of stuff going on over there on top of everything else, but this is something that was resolved, and I think you handled it well. I think I handled myself well. Good vibes to me, because I dealt with a lot of crazy shit over the course of the last, like, damn near 6 months on and off. So, yeah, man, I just good vibes to my mom. Love you. And you probably never hear this because I cursed through the whole thing because of Brent being a dickhead. So, love you.
I'm just sitting here being Mario.
I'm going to snip this part and just say I love you, Mom. That's safe. Mom, my good vibes of the week goes to you. I love you, Mom. Perfect.
Again,
I'm snipping that part.
I feel a little awkward following that with my good vibes, but
stop making me go first.
Listen. I have very tentative good vibes, this week.
Don't say tentative.
To the possibility.
Wait! I have another good vibes.
Okay.
Shouts to Marvel for dropping that Spider-Man trailer. Holy shit. I cannot wait. I cannot fucking wait. Have you seen that trailer?
We can watch it after. I haven't seen it yet.
My fuck you of the week goes to Brent. I'm just playing. Go ahead. All right, that's my other one though. That man.
Did you just hear him say that to me, Mrs. Trey? Trey just cursed at me.
Mrs. Trey. That was my
Trey's
wife,
mom. He just cursed at me.
Fuck that guy.
My very tentative good vibes go to the possibility of good things happening in the world of professional wrestling on a grander scale. I say very tentative because, we're dealing with WWE and AEW. However, CM Punk, I didn't think he'd come back.
Call that too.
He walked straight out of there, and he gave a speech and he gave a challenge, and that reaction was very nice.
One of the best pops I've ever heard in my life.
And one of the things, and it was an interesting thing that AEW did. They did a behind the scenes thing,
where they showed him right before.
And they showed him right before, and then they also showed the production truck and how the production truck works. And just looking at the production truck of AEW, never seeing the inside of the WWE production truck in the last 20 years
at least,
really.
Yeah. They used to do it in the 90s, but
yeah, they used to shoot a whole bunch of stuff back there. I can already tell that AEW's at least production and direction is miles better than WWE's because of how they shot it. It wasn't flashing all over the place and shaky cam and everything.
They kept it
real. They found the good moments immediately and kept it on the good moments. People are talking about, the director was excited. The director's probably going to be excited on a show like that. Like, that's what they do. They have to shout and they do all this stuff.
Of course.
Everything. But the production guy that was next to him, he was very excited. You could tell he was a fan. What are you looking at?
I thought I saw a fly. This came up. What the fuck was
that? It may have been one of these right here.
Are they popping off?
May have been that. No, it's just string. I don't know. Anyway, but the possibility of good things in professional wrestling,
threw me off.
It throws me off. It throws me off because we've gotten such garbage recently. On the other side of it, WWE, you get Brock Lesnar coming back. You got Becky Lynch coming back a little, certainly not in the shape that she was in before she left. Understandably so.
Wow. Wow, Brent.
She's not. She's
wow.
She's thinner.
Wow.
Her outfit didn't fit her.
I didn't even see.
Very visibly.
I genuinely didn't see.
But yeah, she was visibly thinner. But then what she did to Bianca, causing a stir and probably turning a lot of people off. Oh, she might be turning heel. Okay, but the way they did it might have turned a lot of people off. But also some relatively good things. Big E was serious in his match against Baron Corbin at SummerSlam. I don't know how long that's going to last.
I don't even know who won all these things.
He won.
Okay.
Big E won. I don't know how long it's going to last. There's certain good things that you see on some of the horizon, certain bad things. So very tentatively, we might have a good landscape here. Who knows what AEW is going to do? AEW has a history of
overdoing it a bit.
Really overdoing it. But if a guy like CM Punk has control over what he does, if a guy like Brian Danielson has control over what he does,
his contract says he does,
and wants to work with the younger guys and build them up and teach them about wrestling, you understand? Talk to Tony Khan and teach him about wrestling. We may have good things on the horizon.
I agree.
We may have good things on the horizon.
WWE 2012 wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. WWE 2012 was not so bad. And this is way better younger talent, I feel like, than they had at the time in 2012. I think they've had a better emergence of younger talent over the last 5 years that they fucked up, like really bad. But during that stretch, their younger talent was not that great, but they had Punk and Bryan. So now having Punk and Bryan with great young talent, I feel like in AEW, that could just need slight tweaks. Cause
they just need to learn professional wrestling.
Yeah, because they're just a little off.
They need to get the indie beaten out of them.
Yeah. Which they understand now because they did go to that monster. Like CM Punk said, I get what his promo was great, by the way. But I agree. I agree with you.
So very, very tentative. Like even on the WWE side, another good thing I saw: Damian Priest gutting through the pain of that botched fucking. He needs to stop doing that bullshit dive he does because it's gonna kill him one day.
Missed that too.
But But aside from that, he looked a lot better than I've ever seen. I've never been impressed with Damian Priest.
Did Bad Bunny
but that
come out?
match, huh?
No.
Huh?
No.
But that match, he looked better than I've ever seen him in that environment with a guy like Sheamus, which is what I wanted to see. So there's good spots. I'm hopeful for the few. I'm tentatively very shaky ground, but I'm hopeful for what we can see in WWE.
What's that mean? You're a little
in
funny?
Professional wrestling. I got. I know Stone Cold.
Oh my gosh.
Bear me.
Oh God. Hope not. Please no more. I'm never saying that again. I'm never saying that shit again.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's like a classic phrase here. I have to say, beer me.
What a pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, for your stomach, don't say beer me either. You're trying to trim down.
I haven't had them since my birthday. That last 36 pack that I burned through on the end of July. That was it. I didn't have one since. Not a single beer.
We're on the road. We're doing it.
We are.
We're on the road.
I dropped to 228 this week. I was at 228. So I was like, all right.
I'm tracking my food a lot better now. So we're on it.
I'm killing the food track. Like my calorie count is different. I'm a killer with that. So where can they find you, Brent?
They can find me everywhere at Surreal469, SURREAL, the number's 469. These days, I'm more active on Twitter as I try to figure out really life, more importantly than even the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. But I'm more active on Twitter and Instagram. But you can definitely check out the YouTube, and there's definitely some good shit there. Instagram, as well as Surreal469, is Surreal200, where you can see the process of me getting them Kurt Angles, baby. Getting them Kurt Angles, getting them gold medal cakes.
Oh my God. Yo.
Getting them gold medal cakes that'll have every
Pause.
girl in Southern California turning their heads.
Pause. Twice.
Every girl in Southern California turning their heads.
I forgot that was at the beginning of this podcast. I hate it again.
Which NBA nut hugger Orlando pinstripe should I order first? Should I order the blue with the pinstripes or the whites with the pinstripes? Which one should I order first?
Where can they find me, Brent? Oh, yeah, you can find me at 1989 TRE on everything except for YouTube because YouTube hates me. And where can they find us, Brent?
If you're listening to us, you want to see our bright and shiny faces and see the look on Trey's face whenever I mention the 80s NBA nut huggers,
just relax.
Go to Tiny URL.
Gotta relax.
Go to Tiny URL, as in Tiny is in the size of the shorts I'm going to wear. Go to tinyurl.com/getHereTube. tinyurl.com/getHereTube is the direct link to our YouTube channel. You threw the red light on. I'm telling you, next year is going to be Brent and the red light special. Where you can go and you can see our bright and shiny faces. If you're watching us and you want to listen to us,
that's a new career choice.
Go into the description. All the links are down there. We are on 13 different platforms, including SoundCloud, including Spotify, including Stitcher. All of them. Everywhere. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We are fucking-door we're on at this point. You understand what I'm saying?
We are out here.
We are on all of them. We are on Podchaser, all of them.
We on everything.
Down in the description, find your link, find your favorite, SoundCloud. Like it, share it, and all that good shizzle.
Yeah. Also, shouts to me, because I made another record, and that shit's a heater. It is a heater, my friends. It's not out yet, but it will be soon.
Is that the one you played a little bit earlier?
Yep. It's called.
It's nice. I like it.
Bunda Swing. It's not completely polished yet. I've sent it to a lot of people in the tuck. It's not exposed yet, but I'm gonna put that shit on everything. So.
I like it. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just that vibe. I might put a little snippet right here. But.
Actually, no, because you'd have to send it to me and I'd put it in there.
I know.
So you're not. It ain't going in.
I have a snippet ready.
I mean, if you're gonna send it,
I can put it in right now, actually. But pause. I'm gonna put it in right now. Anyway,
it's got a nice Miami vibe to it. I liked it. Miami vibe.
That's what everybody says until they see the photo, and they're like, "Oh, it's Brazil. I got it. It's a Brazilian vibe." And I'm speaking Portuguese, not Spanish. Anyway, man, listen, this has been great. Hopefully, that song, Brent, at the end of the day, with everything, when it all settles, the smoke is clear, and all the languages down the rocks rumble. Ho Chi Minh Chow, Chinese announce table. When all that's done, hopefully, I have a hit on my hands. And if I have a hit on my hands, Brent, that means I will have done my goal, and I will have hit it.
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here.